Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for the Saturday Super Stream. Get in there, get nice and comfortable. What was it? 3.5 hours plus is what we expect to be here for. We are going to be looking, well, I've tried to write it down. This time, we're going to be watching Forest versus Bournemouth. The second half of that game is about to kick off. We'll be looking then at 2:30 at the team news in the 3 p.m. kickoffs. We will play first goal. Someone will get it right. Someone always does. 3 p.m. first half reactions. We got some topics to debate over half time, second half, and then full time reaction. That is what we are going to be up to over the next few hours. Please stay here and enjoy the football with us. Lockdown football. This is the best way to enjoy it, I think, if we cannot be at the games. Thank you as ever to David, who sponsors our Super Streams, fan of the channel, happy to support great content. We thank him very, very kindly. As ever, you can super chat at any point during the broadcast. First super chat becomes king of the bin. Get involved over on Patreon, but you can save that 3 hours. Just get involved over here right now. And of course, if you are watching on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, whichever platform, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications on YouTube specifically, and most importantly, comment. And you can do that on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. We're live across all platforms. Right, that's what's going to be happening. We got all of those games to look at 3 p.m. We'll focus in the immediate future on Forest versus Bournemouth. So we'll catch up in the comments with you guys here already. They are out and about to kick off in the second half. In the City ground, and they have indeed. So let's just bring you up to speed with your teams there for Forest. Samba, Krissy, Figueiredo, Worrell, Bong. Let me just reiterate. Well, I can't reiterate because I haven't said it yet. I did not watch the first half, just had my lunch, and we are now beginning our day. So I'll rely on you guys to let me know what happened first half. Let me start over. Samba in goal, Krissy, Figueiredo, Worrell, Bong. Cafu and Garner are the double pivot. Knockhart, Freeman, Kravinovic. Glenn Murray starts up top again after scoring 2 last week over at Wickham. For Bournemouth, Begovic in goal, Smith. Carter, Vickers, Cook has gone off hurt by the look of it. And Lloyd Kelly has come in for him. Wilshere, Pearson, Lerma. In the midfield, Stanislas, Long, Danjuma. Up front, let's just say hi in the comments here. There you go. Liam, king of the bin. Well done, my friend. Here's to a good super stream. Absolutely. Thank you, sir. It sounds like Chris has been watching. Dollars dishwater. That does not bode well. Maybe we need to get into some of our topics. I'll try and get a hold on the game. Are we going to pay for Preston Blackburn being so entertaining last night? By the way, on the iPad up there, we do have Leicester and Liverpool. So if anybody is watching that, then do keep us up to date on what is happening there. Champions Liverpool, a fair way back, aren't they, now given Manchester City's run? Who are we saying hi to? Liam. Ooh, his MK Dons have got Hull. That won't be easy, my friend. Leeds 2021. Daniel AFC, welcome you guys. Thank you again, Liam. Hello to Sly. James is here. Can't think of a better way to spend my Saturday. The only better way would be to eat a burrito, which I'm going to do at 6 o'clock, which we're going to talk about that lots. Cardiff Coventry result, says O Kingy. Mick's got 8 points in his first 4 league games. He's on fire, isn't he? I think Cardiff are going to win, I said in the predictions. His knockout hits a shot left-footed. Charged down by Diego Rico there. Here comes Cafu away with it. We'll just say hi to everybody in the chat here. QPR Forever is here. Who else is here? Lee is here. Daz, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Best way to spend my Saturday with Ben. Undoubtedly, Leeds 2021. We got our fingers crossed for Leeds to end their London curse tomorrow. All hail Liam, king of the bin. I like that a lot. Afternoon to another Ben Shaw there. Love a stream whilst playing career mode. Then settle down to watch the mighty Villa later. Villa going to Brighton at 8 p.m. I probably won't catch that one, but if anything big happens, we will we'll give that a review tomorrow. Begovic and Kelly getting in a bit of a muddle there, conceding a bit of an unnecessary corner. Ryan, up the Royals v Millwall today, and hi to Noah as well. Right, corner to Forest. Jez can afford Molten Brown bath, whatever you'd call it, wash. I think that's expensive stuff, isn't it? The corner is cleared. Here come Bournemouth with Shane Long. Long goes inside. Krissy tries to switch the play. It's not a good ball. Kravinovic chases back from the number 10 position and gets that one clear. There's positivity for you, Liam. Not going well with the injuries, is it? Dearie me. Oh, there you go. One of the many Christmas gifts. Nice one. Jez. So, sounds like this one's been pretty uneventful. Everybody drink, because for the first time this afternoon, let's go to the live league table, my favourite place. Bournemouth in 6th position. They're currently going to score a point in this one. They could go tied on 48 with Reading and Watford. Forest on good form. They'll be happy with a point, I guess. Chris Hughton being the pragmatist he is, but the tide, as we've said many times, is rising at the bottom. If your name is Eric Shun, I'm not going to read out your comments. In fact, better still, let's open up the fake news sin bin for the first time in the stream. In he goes. Nice. That one's for you. Liam, the king of the bin. Throw in high up the pitch to Bournemouth on the left. Lerma has it. He plays it back to Diego Rico, who, if that was a sign of the first half, slips and the ball goes out of play for a throw in to Forest. 0-0, 51 gone in this one. We will just put that up on the screen for the time being. My inability to spell Bournemouth is not good. There we go. Someone already in the bin. You love to see it, QPR Forever. You love to see it. Jez says, I like this James Garner. Well, it didn't really go well for him at Watford, did it? A lot of good players in that roster ahead of James Garner when he was at Watford. Seems to be getting more of a go at Forest, doesn't he? Played a lovely pass for the third Forest goal over at Wickham last week. Jake, as a Rotherham fan, I'm hoping for Bournemouth, Luton, Cardiff and Borough to all win. He's not asking for much there. Knowing our luck with surrounding results, I'm not too optimistic. Well, concentrate on your own business is always the best way, isn't it? Although no game for Rotherham today, so maybe fair comment there, Jake. You can't, can you? There is no game there. Freezing cold in Yorkshire this week. Is Carter Vickers down the right-hand side. It's been a regular recently. Smith crosses to the back post. Nobody there. cleared by Cyrus. Christie, Kravinovic beaten in the air by Lerma. Pearson. Wilshere. Nice feet by Wilshere. Good upper body strength. Lovely ball. Class player Wilshere, isn't he? You don't lose that, even if you can't get yourself fit to play 30 games a season. Here's Kelly. Kelly to Carter Vickers. To Stanislas. Forest, as you'd imagine from a Chris Hughton team, in nice shape there. Start for Luke Freeman today. We said about this front four of Forests in terms of already being, promoted from the Championship before. Obviously, Kravinovic and Knockhart promoted last season. Murray promoted with Hughton in 16, 17, was it? With Brighton, and Luke Freeman, an excellent player as well. Here's Wilshere in the centre circle. Slips that one on to Lerma. Wilshere's got it back. Yes, this looks rather stoic. We were used to last night Preston pressing the hell out of Blackburn and Blackburn trying to play through. And that was great fun. This looks a little bit more pedestrian, and Forest currently completely back in shape in the 4-2-3-1. Kravinovic very deep there. Here's Bong, the left back, closed down by Jack Wilshere. And yeah, they look like they've set up to be a hard nut to crack. Right, Chris, we'll give you a time check on 55. Okay, I'm on 54.37 at the moment. I'll give you a proper time check. Freeman would do so well in a QPR shirt. He was excellent for QPR, wasn't he? Took Ipswich down a couple of times when he was at Rangers, didn't he? Right, here comes your time check. We'll be at 55 minutes in 3 seconds, okay? 3, 2, 1, sync. They're just putting the camera on Sam Surridge on the bench. I'm sure they're discussing on Sky maybe the need for a direct option up top. Obviously, Shane Long through his career has been a runner in behind, hasn't he? And we want the deportation station, do we? Nice. Afternoon, Annie. Welcome along, my friend. Ryan, don't be saying stuff like that. No one wants to hear about a 0-0, do they? Fingers crossed. There could be plenty of goals in this, and it still might not be the most entertaining game. One of those. Might just take a set play to knock it down. Why don't we bring up one of the topics that came up on Patreon? If you're a Patreon subscriber, you can set the tone here. Trevor says, hi, Ben. Fulham will be officially a yo-yo club. The gap between the Championship and the Premier League has never been bigger. It's getting tougher every time we go back. Talk to me in the chat, guys, about the gap between the Championship and the Premier League. Is it bigger than ever? Is that 100 million quid TV money making things worse and worse? Has enough of it filtered down into the Championship to raise the tide slightly? There's David Brooks on the bench as well. I think we all know on the channel I'm a big fan of his. Let me know. Topic there from Trevor. The gap between the Championship and the Premier League. Free kick in from Knockhart, looking for Worrell on the back post. Worrell wins it. Figueiredo. And it's shepherded out by Cameron Carter Vickers. Did well to win the first ball. Figueiredo couldn't really do a lot with the second one, I dare suggest. Looks like someone's just hit the bar in the Liverpool game. Leicester-Liverpool there. I'm afraid I didn't quite see who. Let's have a look at your comments here. The gap is massive, but the parachutes, which I hate, are helping to close the gap. Or do they just move it elsewhere and horribly distort the league? Yeah. Jed says, I don't think it will be bigger. I think after COVID, we'll see things level out among the bottom clubs in the Premier League. We're never going to not get a gap, are we? It was Trent Alexander-Arnold. His free kick takes a deflection. Schmeichel made a pretty good go of flying up into the top corner and trying to make the save. In it goes. A cheeky Portugalis. Nice. We had one, actually. Very good. Here is Worrell. Big switch of play by him. Headed away by Rico and headed back by Cafu, I think it was. Here is Garner on the right. Knockout gets past Rico. Played by Knockout. Could have gone down there. Stays on his feet. Knockout comes inside. Surely he's fouled there. Excellent from Knockout. Quite sort of lame defending by Bournemouth there. Plenty of people back. Just a couple of little tugs and pulls on Knockout. Obvious free kick in the end. Conceded by Lloyd Kelly. Gap only going to get bigger. Clubs don't want the money to filter down. As you've said before, Ben, money needs to be even more evenly distributed. But as long as Man United and Man City have the power, and too much say it won't happen. Very, very true. So free kick to Forest. Knockout's probably going to swing this in with his left foot. Kravinovic is there for the right foot outswing. He dummies it. Knockout puts it in. Good delivery. Joe Worrell should do better with that one. I think it kind of skimmed his head. But really good delivery by Knockout. Oh, chance that. Yeah, he barely touches it. If he gets something more on that, it's going to be a difficult one for Begovic, given the whip on the free kick and the pace and the angle, etc. Teams like Sheffield United punched above their weight last season are regressing. West Brom didn't really have chance, lack of spending. Garner puts the cross in. Forest on top in this one at the moment. As I say that, here come Bournemouth on the break. Figueiredo boots that one out of play. There was an offside in the build-up. So David Brooks is going to come on. I like Brentford's stats-based approach. Proof there's quality at good value in lesser leagues. Well, I mean, Brentford are the exception rather than the rule, aren't they? 5 years of good decisions in a row, pretty much. And that's essentially what you need to do, or have a complete lightning in a bottle season to challenge. Especially with a lot of the American owners itching to scrap the structure. That ain't going to happen, is it? I hope. That'd be a nightmare. You did that with the European Super League, couldn't they? But Bong concedes the throw-in. Oh, no, he doesn't. It's gone Forest's way. No one has a clue what's going on down there. Despite being bottom of the league, we haven't been dreadful this year. Performance is not massively different to last year. Sometimes we need to accept consistency rather than ability. Bong takes the throw in, flicked on by Glenn Murray. Here's Wilshere. Foul on Jack Wilshere by Cafu. The gap thing was sorted out in 1992. Well, we could still have. I remember Newcastle sort of coming up and finishing third, didn't they? Forest did as well. It's definitely widened over the years. Obviously, as the TV money skyrocketed in the Premier League, and then with the Setanta deal going bust. Free kick by Bournemouth, nodded on by Carter Vickers. Samba makes the catch. Here comes Krissy down the right. Another player got promoted last season with Fulham, who came straight back into the Championship here with Forest and Chris Hughton. Cafu out to Krovinovic. Back in to Cafu. And Worrell. Bournemouth back in shape. You'd expect this to almost be the other way around. That's poor from Garner. Gets his feet all in the wrong place, but Long heads it straight back to Worrell. Here comes Krovinovic now. A bit of a counter. Stanislas seemed to push him, but then Krovinovic miscontrolled it. And out it goes for a throw-in. Thank you. Who gave us that topic? Thank you, Trevor. We'll throw another one of those up in a bit. Trying to make the Super Stream a bit more organised helps me out. So get your suggestions in. Probably best to DM them to me. They just disappear into the ether in the comments sometimes, don't they? Lerma's won a foul for Bournemouth. I'm seeing some yellow boots and someone tying them up, which is David Brooks. Jonathan Woodgate, looking to him to be game changer for Bournemouth. Carter Vickers to Smith to Pearson, who's right deep in his own half. He plays it into Carter Vickers again. Poor ball from Carter Vickers, just humped it forward really. Worrell heads it away. Here's Freeman. Freeman's double teamed there by Bournemouth, and Smith takes the throw in quickly to Wilshere. Wilshere pops it forward. Worrell heads away. Lovely bit of skill by Wilshere. He slashes at the shot and it goes way, way wide. Lovely little flip over the head of his defender there. I hope for Wilshere's sake the shot took a deflection because it was miles off target if it didn't. Just sort of curved and curved away. I think he slashed at it. So we're expecting to see David Brooks very soon. And Liverpool have taken the lead against Leicester on 67 minutes. My iPad is behind. So I can watch this goal happen after the fact. Off goes Jack Wilshere, who's been eased back into regular sort of week-on-week match fitness. 65 he's played today. Just looking at Liverpool here, Robertson comes forward. I think, isn't James Justin out for the season now? Really bad news. I'm sure the Luton fans have been following that one. Poor clearance. Alexander Arnold, his shot gets blocked, comes back to him. He crosses low. Firmino, brilliant skill. Oh, that's a brilliant goal by Liverpool. Firmino with a real gifable bit of skill, and then Salah curls it into the corner. Brilliant goal by Mo Salah. Brilliant assist by Roberto Firmino in that game. Some entertainment for us on one of the screens there. Lovely goal. So Brooks on for Wilshere. This one remains 0-0. Champions Liverpool have the lead. I was going to say at Filbert Street there. That's a comically good goal by Liverpool. I know they haven't been playing very well at the moment, but go out of your way to see the assist that Firmino has just pulled off. It's absolutely cringe-inducingly good. And Salah then just curls it, side foots in. But it's a filthy bit of skill by Firmino in the first instance there. Get your comments in on that if you've just seen that one. What do we got here? A Pepsi Max brand deal, that'd be nice. A L'Oreal deal, I'll take all of them. Just to do this full time, that'd be great, wouldn't it? What else are you guys saying? Don't worry, Ben. We come here for you, mate. You could waffle through it. Well done. James, you watching Norwich today for us? Norwich got Stoke today, isn't it? Get in there, Jack, says Curved Glass, probably an Arsenal fan. Pleased to see. Oh, here comes Smith down the right-hand side. Smith into the box. He crosses in. It's cleared by Figueiredo. 3 in the box for Smith to aim at. Brooks is going to follow it up. Brooks to Lerma. It's a bit slow. Come on, Bournemouth. Move the ball quicker if you want to get through a Chris Hughton defence. Kelly plays that one forward. Stanislas. Forest, as you would imagine, very well organised and very cautious in their positioning here. Brooks, nice feet by him. Now they've worked it. Rico low cross again. Didn't have the quality at the important point there, but they're still going, Bournemouth, with this attack. Attack against defence for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes now in this one. And Rico is not going to win a foul there, and Forest, woof, in the end, get it clear. Lovely jubbly. Salah in the FPL team. Just check out the Firmino assist for that. It's a really great goal. You'll really enjoy that one, guys. I'm sure it's up on the BT Sport Twitter by now, isn't it? How's the match going? Who's been the better side? I didn't watch the first half. We joined at half time. Really even, to be honest. And the match is going slowly, is what I would say. Pepsi Max and Sharpie stockpiling. Nice. And good luck to the Hatters who are at Birmingham later. Let me know who you're representing today. And if you're watching on iFollow, or even luckier, if your team's playing on Sky. Richard's been sulking for a whole week. Need to end the Baron run in front of goal. I think he's talking Norwich there. Well, Norwich's Michael Jordan is back. So you would expect, if our theory is correct, that they'll be okay today against a struggling Stoke. Here's Cafu. Knocks that one home to Figueiredo. 20 to go in this one. Team news will be coming in soon. Any big news, let me know. But we're going to go through all the teams at 2:30 anyway. But feel free to smarten me up as we go. Into the channel there, looking for Long, who thought he was fouled. I suspect Mr. Long is going to get the hook in about 5 minutes for Sam Surridge. We will see. Stress-free day for Andrew. Nice. Always a stress-free day when you're top of the league, isn't it? But, of course, Brentford may not be top of the league again by 5 p.m. Norwich will overtake them with a win. Sam Cosgrove isn't starting again. Weird. Very, very weird. Hello to you bits. Welcome along, my friend. A Forest goal in the last 10 minutes. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Although this does particularly have nil written all over it, doesn't it? Throw in to Forest, high up the pitch, left-hand side. Bong. Murray comes out to grab that one. Bong tries to take on Brooks. He's run that out of play. Poor from Bong. Bits, are you watching today? Are you on iFollow? Can you keep us posted with my season ticket, I only get the home games covered. Matt, what is my objective view on Tony Mowbray? Should Rovers stick or move on? I find it hard to be objective about Tony Mowbray, Matt, because I'm an Ipswich fan and I like him very much. So I'll try my best to be objective and suggest that the team should probably be slightly, he's not miles away, but they should probably be slightly better than a team that kind of gets up to 8th and then fizzles a little bit. And he's got all the attacking players you'd want, wouldn't you? Dak, Armstrong, Elliott, Brereton, Gallagher, Dolan, Rothwell. So I think he's underachieving, but not massively. His Knockhart drives that goalwards over the top. Nice one, Annie. Oh, Towler starts again for Bristol City. We'll have a look at that one at 2:30. Although, judging by this Chris Hughton lock the door job here, we could start now because this is looking heavily like a 0-0 here. Begovic, goal kick for Bournemouth. Here comes Kravinovic driving forward. Kravinovic plays that one inside. Wonder if anyone's going to have A, the quality, or B, the cojones to make a push for the 3 points in this one, or are they both going to be happy with the point? Pearson surely got fouled there by Cafu. Pearson stays down. Ben says, I think he's punching Mowbray after the state Blackburn have been in the last 20 years or so. Perhaps. Yeah, if you look at it big picture, did get them promoted from League One as well, didn't he? Mowbray as a manager doesn't excite me. I count him in the same league as Pulis. In terms of not exciting, you're probably not in style of football, though. He's a little bit more entertaining, but I take your point, one that's been around for years and years and years. Very studious, intelligent guy, Tony Mowbray, I would say that. What's happening in that Norwich team? Vrancic, Cantwell, Buendia, Pookie. Be interesting to see. And we'll look at the teams. Whether Stoke man mark. Have we got a penalty in the Leicester game, or is VAR looking at that? That looks like a penalty to me. Or is he just outside? Controversy at Leicester. Is his foot on the line or not? Go on, zoom in. We can't see. It's definitely a foul. Rico plays that one down the line and tosses it into the box. Shane Long tries a hopelessly spectacular pass. He's managed to keep hold of it. Danjuma stood up by Christie. Danjuma thought he'd beaten him. They doubled up in the end. Figueiredo half clears. Brooks, edge of the box. Brooks tries to slide through a really tricky ball, but he can't quite do it. Freeman. Oh, good turn by Glenn Murray. The wily old fox. Well, spoiler alert, it's a penalty for Leicester and they're going to score it as well. It hasn't appeared yet on my BT feed. Oh, no penalty, excuse me. Oh, so they're going to score from the free kick anyway. Spoiler alert, sorry if your feed is behind like mine. Here comes Kravinovic down the left. Freeman back to Kravinovic. To Garner. Freeman, nice cross with the left foot looking for Murray, headed out Good cover by central midfielder Lerma there on the near post. Just keeping an eye. I'm assuming this free kick's going to fly straight in the goal here from Leicester, and that it does. Liverpool survived the penalty. I think James Mattheson is the goal scorer for Leicester. And that game is now 1-1. Was it going to be disallowed, says Jez. My God. Leicester having great fun with some tight decisions here. The flag's up. I assume they checked that one. Anyone touch that? We will see. Corner to Bournemouth in the Championship. Forest, sorry. Into the near post. Saved by Begovic on the line. Don't think he knew much about that. Headed, I think it sort of hit his torso and just rebounded away from the goal. I'm assuming that the Leicester, I mean, they've got a Leicester player as in his sleeve is offside. And is he in between the line of the ball and the goalkeeper? Onside, it says. Interesting. Does that mean the goal stands? There we go. Mattheson punches the air. 1-1. 79.05 gone in this one. The ball is with Begovic. Kyle wants an Ipswich prediction. You know, we'll probably win today because we're playing against the team below us in the table, but papering over the cracks, right? Oh, actually, I said it was a good save by Begovic. I think does it hit Pearson and then Begovic? Murray with the header, yeah. Hits Pearson on the line and then hits Begovic in the chest. We're about to get a second goal for Leicester in the Premier League game, says my mobile phone. Liverpool really are out of sorts, aren't they? Sam Surridge is coming on. Shane Long's gone off. I said that had happened. Oh, my God. I've just seen the Leicester goal. Wow. It's an absolute horror show for Liverpool. It's Alisson again. Jamie Vardy has scored. Oh, dear. Poor old Alisson. He had a horrible game, didn't he, against Manchester City for Liverpool the other week. Phil Billings come on for Ben Pearson as well. Klopp looks on a bit dumbstruck. Terrible, terrible goal for Liverpool to concede. Let me have a look at that. Sat on the right, I think Tielemans, big diagonal forward. Alisson way, way out of his goal. I can't see quite who the centre-back was. And they've just both gotten in each other's way. Alisson is literally on his backside about 35 yards from the goal when Vardy's running it into an open net. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. We will look at the Watford team in a bit. Sounds like no Zinkernagel still. Jamie Vardy scoring yet again. Matt. Rovers haven't played nice football and put in a good performance for months now. Look at our lack of goals recently. Yeah, it does seem to be an air of slight underachievement with that squad. I would agree with you, my friend. Alisson thinking he's Manuel Neuer. Yes. I'm just reading in the chat here, and I think it's confirmed. Ipswich game is off. Ipswich game has been postponed, seemingly at 2 p.m., which is obviously not acceptable if fans were going. But hey, Beans fans aren't involved. Although you'd wonder how the pitch was passed 24 hours ago and how much must have been close then. But ho-hum. So we will remove that from the list. It's 3 of our games have gone the way of the weather now today. So Shrewsbury Ipswich is postponed along with Rotherham QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Swansea. Oh, Worrell kicks it into his own face there. Figueiredo bails him out. I'm just seeing Leicester have scored again. I'll keep my eye on it. I've got my fingers crossed for Alisson that it's not another boo-boo from him. Knockout coming forward for Forest. Christie ahead of him. I'll try and keep an eye on the iPad at the same time. Alisson hoofs it up in the air to Tielemans. He's safe for now. Knockout, good turn. Knockout goes down. I thought he slipped after he'd been challenged there, but they've called it as a foul. We'll have a look at that one. Yeah, that's not a foul. I think they got away with one there. It's going to be Vardy in the centre. Barnes doesn't need him, just sticks it in. The irony of a Barnes scoring against Liverpool. When I was growing up, John Barnes was the best player in England. Free kick to Forest, 84-37 gone. Knockout's going to swing it in with his left foot from the right-hand side. Here comes Knockout. Ball swung in. That's really poor from Knockout. Didn't look like it was a free kick in the first instance, so maybe some justice done. Begovic boots it down the ground for Dan Juma to chase. Carter Vickers hoists that one forward. Surridge. Lerma. Lerma clips that over the top. Good ball. Smith. Smith down the right. Smith drives it into the box. Surridge was there. Won't fall for him. Billing edge of the box. He plays it wide right to Smith. Smith back to Billing. Crossing position. Right-hand side. Swings it in with the left foot headed out by Joe Worrell. Garner. Counter for Forest. Seems like Knockout's the only out ball for Forest at the moment. He goes against Rico. Comes inside on that left foot. Hits the shot. Bounces up in the air. Heads it on looking for Murray. Headed away by Kelly, I think. And then given away badly. Forest have won it back, have they? No, it went loose to Surridge, who lays it off really nicely for Brooks. Brooks running down the right. Kravinovic properly enjoying doing his defensive works here. Brooks to Smith. And out it goes for a corner to Bournemouth. Yeah, Ipswich definitely off. Corner for Bournemouth, headed out by, it was Garner, or was it Figueiredo? Couldn't quite see. $87 up on the clock now. Bournemouth throwing down the right-hand side. And another one for Smith. Smith to Billing. Billing strong. Good feet by him as well. Plays it inside to Lerma. Over the top, Dan Juma. Good cover from Worrell. They were nearly in there, Bournemouth, but Forest ain't giving anything away here. And they're not putting grabbing on either. Surridge. Here comes Stanislas into the box. Stanislas beats his man. Oh, he can't get the crossover. He appeals for a handball, but he ain't going to get one. No. Worrell closes in very carefully with his arm like this. It does hit there, but in goes the corner from Bournemouth. Neither deliberate or arm in unnatural position there. Bournemouth just having a little surge late in this game. Doesn't look like anything too worrying for Forest, I have to say. Dean Saunders and Ian Rush. Wow. I think probably for a little while, in the very, very late 80s, I think Barnes would have been one of the top 3 players in the world, actually. Obviously, European band there, so he never won anything in Europe, but obviously won everything domestically. Of course, he never won anything for England. 89-22 on the clock. Everything that could possibly happen to save a manager his job. That's very true, Bits. Does seem to have worked in his favour a little bit. (89-46) on the clock. Begovic forward, headed on by Billing, cleared by Cyrus Christie. Throw in to Bournemouth. Rico, 90 minutes played. 0-0 all the way this one, I think, isn't it? I didn't catch how much stoppage time there was. 2 minutes. Stanislas drives that one. Ooh, deflects over the bar. Cat nearly put amongst pigeons there. Joe Worrell just got behind the shot from Stanislas. Could have gone anywhere, that one. I think Samba's probably got it covered. Spoons up and goes way over the goal in the end. But corner to Bournemouth in stoppage time. Right, here it comes. In from Stanislas. Everyone goes down in the box there. Rev just lets it go and Bournemouth can reload. In goes the cross. Lerma loads that back in. And Brice Samba has it. (91-14) on the clock. Bournemouth, I think, we'll look at the table in a minute. Bournemouth perfectly safe, I think, today in terms of their playoff spot. But the low points total does still continue. Begovic kicks that one long, headed on by Smith. Brooks turns. About 15 seconds left. Oh, Brooks has nearly played it in there. Samba comes out and manages to gather. Stanislas running in behind. We're now over the minimum stoppage time. 92:08 played. Kravinovic. And there is the full time whistle. I didn't watch the whole game, but from what you guys have told me in the first half, not much difference in the second half. Very slow tempo. Forest sitting in and Bournemouth really not prepared to come off position and risk being caught out by Forest. 0-0. Let's have a look at the numbers and then the league table. One big chance apiece. I certainly didn't see them. They must have been in there. Must have been in the first half. 10 shots to 4. No shots on target for Bournemouth. That's not cool. Plenty of possession, but yeah, you can have 491 passes, but no shots on target. Ain't no good. There's the table. Bournemouth, you'll see a draw go up there in a second. So look, it's 4 points from 2 games, which is fine, isn't it? We all know that. But bigger picture, it's 4 points from 6 games. So until you stick a win on the next game or the next win comes, it's going to be considered a bad run, big picture. But 6 points gap. Borough have a game in hand. Obviously, Blackburn played last night. Borough have got Derby, haven't they? Stoker at Norwich. Preston have already played. And where are Bristol City? That'll pop up in a second. Bristol City are at Watford. So, yeah, Bournemouth looking fairly safe in that playoff position for now. But the form hasn't quite turned. And a new manager may well be appreciated there. For Forest, well, we can paint a bit of a different picture for Forest. They're in 16th, 33 points now. And I suspect am I able to bring up their last 8 or 9? Let's have a look. Well, with postponements, not that many. But look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Forest. 13 points in 6. Just that defeat at home to Borough. And other than that, they're looking in very good nick. We can have a look at our 3 o'clock games and have a look at the teams. Let's go to the comments. I'm just going to ignore the comments because they're utterly full of fake news. And we'll move on and we'll look at the team news for the 3 o'clocks. We'll work our way down. So it is Norwich versus Stoke. Norwich looking to get back into the top spot in the Championship. They line up Krul in goal. Aarons, Hanley, Gibson, Janulis is back. He didn't start the last game, did he? Skip and McLean, double pivot. Cantwell, Vrancic, and I'm sure every Norwich fan will be praying the return of Emiliano Buendia, who, to say he makes them tick is an understatement. Teemu Pukki up top. He needs a goal, doesn't he? But strong-looking Norwich team. Hey, any Norwich team with Buendia in is a strong-looking Norwich team. There is your Stoke team. Angus Gunn, former lone player at Norwich and son of Norwich great Brian Gunn. Collins, Suter, Chester, and Fox. Allen, John Obi, Mikel, and Klukas is a very experienced Championship central midfield. Clark, Fletcher, Nick Powell, who'll probably be in the sort of number 10 position playing off the front there, or Fletcher will be central and Powell will play off to the side. The stakes, as we said for Norwich, a win puts them at the top. A win for Stoke closes the gap on Bournemouth to 4 points. Have a look at any comments in on that one. We'll just read that one from Chris. Fair result, good defending by both teams. Worst game I've seen all season. Worse even than Birmingham versus Millwall. Buendia is back, so Norwich win 1. I think it's 2-1, isn't it, Ryan? I think they've got to win 2-1 in the 74th minute or something, haven't they? Squeaked their way through. Swansea is cancelled, so we can talk Watford, who are at home to Dean Holden's Bristol City. We appear not to have team shapes from SofaScore, but I'm sure we can figure it out. Backman in goal for Watford. Messina will play left back. Sierralta and Ekong centre backs. Firmina right back. Then, your guess is as good as mine. So midfield, Hughes, Sema, Cleverly, Chalobah, and Sarr as well. Seems to be 5 in there. So it might be a 4-2-3-1. So João Pedro starting up top. No Deeney, no Gray. We'll see how that works out for Xisco. Dropping the main man there. So yeah, it could be I don't know, you could call it a 4-3-3 with Sarr supporting João Pedro on one side and Sema the other. It could be a lopsided 4-4-2, which we have seen them do. It could be a 4-2-3-1. Who the hell knows? Because that's not a Watford team we've seen start recently. For Bristol City, Bentley in goal. Hunt will be one of the full-backs, and so they're probably going to play 3 at the back again. Hunt and Towler, we assume, will be wing-backs. Moore, Callas. Will Viner play centre-back? He's been playing in midfield recently, hasn't he? Jeju up top, maybe with Semenyo, but maybe Semenyo and Patterson both playing off. Jeju will figure it out. Lansbury and Masengo could be a midfield too, but of course it could be a back 4 and Zach Viner could play in central midfield. We'll find out, as I say, when the game kicks off. Anything prior to that is a guess, unless we hear it from the lips of the Bristol City manager. MJ says, I think Liverpool have done enough to stay up. That's tremendous. Iain is here. Not stressed because Rotherham aren't playing, like our Brentford friends and our Swansea fans and our Wednesday friends today. Looks like I've not missed anything. Looking for away wins at Birmingham and Derby. What else have we got here? Yes, he's gone against the Deeney. The worst thing you can do now is bring him on and Deeney scores the winner. Owen says, I'm so frustrated we don't bring on any subs. Houghton didn't want to lose. You'll take it against the top 6 team, won't you, Owen? Forest generally in good form, aren't they? What do we say? 13 points from 6. Looking decent. Welcome, Alex. Right. Let's move on. And we'll look at Reading versus Millwall. And we've got some potential team shapes here from our friends at SofaScore. Raphael in goal. Holmes, Morrison, McIntyre, Gibson. So no Richards in the starting lineup. Laurent and Rinomota. Elise Semedo starts again. Ijaria Zhao up top. Let me just check the bench, which is always relevant for Reading. So Richards is just rested. Yidam's on the bench as well. It's light up top though, is it? No Swift, no Puskás, no Maite to help out there. It's going to be that front 4 that start the game that they'll want to do the damage. There's your Millwall team. Białkowski in goal. Malone and Romeo. Romeo keeps his place over McNamara. Cooper and Hutchinson. I think Leonard's out. Is he out for the season or for a couple of months or something? Woods, Williams, Evans, a midfield 3, possibly. Thompson, maybe a 10 or wide of Zahor. Bodvarsson could play up top with Zahor, or as they've put it out there in the diagram on the bench for the Lions. Look at that. Jed Wallace on the bench. Matt Smith, Tom Bradshaw, Mason Bennett, Billy Mitchell, McNamara, Bury, and Pearce. Reading could close up on Swansea today. Watford obviously are playing. Swansea and Brentford are not. Brentford will play tomorrow, of course. You can join me for a watch along of that one. Hours of fun. Let's have a look at your comments. We haven't been there in a hot minute. Hamza, Happy with a point. Annoyed, no subs, but we'll take that. Yeah. I think if I was a Forest fan, given how the season's gone, nice and competitive. You can see where the trend is. You can see what Houghton's doing. So, any point versus Bournemouth, a good point. They've had a bad run. Still going to be top 3. Interesting. It's going to be hard work for them now, but they've definitely got the quality, haven't they? Ryan says 2-0 Reading. Little bit blunted Reading in respects of no Swift, no Maite, but hey, they've survived without those guys before this season, haven't they? But Bournemouth have already played, so we'll look at Borough. It's Derby versus Borough. And Derby look like they're not going to play any of the new players that arrived in January, from what I can see there. Let's open one of these plentiful cans of Pepsi and take a swig, because my throat is dry. Marshall in goal. Byrne and Buchanan, the fullbacks. Clark and Wisdom, the centre-backs. I'm sure I saw Curtis Davis was on TV last night, wasn't he? Josviak, Waghorn, they think, wide. Shinnie and Knight, central. Gregory and Kazim Richards, they're calling it a 4-4-2. Martin Waghorn is by no means a right-sided midfielder, so perhaps that might look more like a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 in some description, but we'll see. There's the Derby bench, and you can see, well, I said none of the new players. Lee Gregory's playing, of course, so incorrect there on that point. Roos, so Mengi, McDonald, Forsyth, Roberts, another new one, Bird, Baningimi, another new one, Sibley, and Watson is the bench for Derby. For Borough, Bettinelli, Fisher, McNair, Dykesteel, and Boller. Morsey, Howson, Saville, Watmore, Cabano, Asomba, Longa on the bench for Borough. Archer, Hall, Coulson, Spence, Johnson, Mendez, Lang, who it has now been announced, we're not libeling anybody. Lots of people did tell me this 3 months ago. Mendez Lang has just finished serving a ban for something being in his bloodstream that should not have been in his bloodstream. We'll leave it at that. Fletcher and Akpom, quite a strong attacking roster now with that bench for Warnock and Borough. Let's have a look at your comments. Yes, I realised that after I said it, MJ. Derby should have started with Patrick Roberts. Well, if they're playing 4-4-2, better off with Roberts than big fan of Waghorn, but he's not a right-sided midfielder. He won't give you any protection there. Anybody else? Not sure whether to be happy about Swansea being postponed or not. Alex, I'd be worried. Any teams with games stacking up now are potentially going to be running through to maybe the last 6 or 7 weeks of the season, playing 12, 13, 14 games for that entire period. So, yeah, it could be a backed up schedule there. Leonard out for 2 months. Keefton, Bell and Wallace not fully fit. Interesting. Okay. Evans needed in midfield. Refer to a back 4, or Pearce would have to play against Zhao. To be fair, I don't think anyone wants to play against Zhao at the moment, do they? He's quite the opponent. Where are we going next, guys? Blackburn played last night. Stoke we've already done. Preston played last night. Bristol City we've already done. Now, there is a scenario this weekend where Cardiff and Mick McCarthy can go 7th if every single result goes in their favour. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Very quick jump up the table for Mick. But it's going very well, isn't it? 8 points from 4 back-to-back wins. There's his team. Phillips, Morrison, Flint, Nelson, NG and Bennett, wing-backs, Volks and Pack. I don't think Pack played in the last game, did he? Wilson. Murphy starts with Moore. So Pack and Murphy in. Ojo started up top. And I guess Rules played in central midfield in the last game. Cardiff's bench there. Ratcliffe, Brown, Bagan, Sang, Bakuna, Davis, Harris, Watters, Coyle. A few youngsters on there, a few unfamiliar names to me. So I think they may be a bit bare bones on the bench, perhaps. Cardiff, there's Coventry team. Morossi, Rose, Ostigard, Hyam are the back three and keeper. Da Costa, McCallum wide. Allen, James, Hamer, central. O'Hare, who seems to be in really good form. And Biamu up top. And on the bench for Cov, Wilson, McFadden, Pask, Sheaf, Shipley, Walker, Bakayoko, Gyökeres, Bapaga. Seem to have a lot of attacking. Shipley, Walker returning, Bakayoko and Gyökeres. A lot of attacking options on the bench there. See if there's any comments on that one. Jack says, gutted the Wednesday game is off now. Clubs can close the gap. I don't want to get into anyone being annoyed at the weather or any team, so we'll break off there. But I can understand the frustration. Remember, we are small little human beings who, in the face of Mother Nature, can't really do a lot. But what are you going to do? Only positive I see for us is that we could keep the home streak going. Yeah, you could. You could indeed. Owls have underground heating it broke. Yeah, I just don't want to get into this nonsense about games being postponed and people, we're in a worldwide pandemic. Let's not scream and shout about someone's game getting called off and getting triggered about that. Barnsley play Brentford tomorrow, so I will move swiftly on. I forgot about that. Barnsley played in the FA Cup on Thursday, didn't they? Right, Luton, who go big game here at Birmingham, which both sides really need a win from, don't they? There's your Birmingham team. Etheridge in goal. Valerie starts. He's on loan from Southampton, isn't he? Dean, friend, and Pedersen. San Jose, we never quite know whether he's going to be a third centre-back or a holding midfielder. Bella and Sanchez wide. Halilovic starts with Gardner in central midfield. And Hogan, brother, starts up top. Prieto, Clark Salter, Colin, Harper, Lecco, McGree, Sunjic, Cosgrove, Jukovic on a very strong bench, isn't it? Seems like they've got one of these squads, Birmingham, where they've got about 20 players of equal ability, haven't they? Dearie me. Luton, Slugger in goal. Pearson, Lockyer, Bradley and Potts is the back four. Ray, Dewsbury Hall and Mpanzu. Clark, Collins and Cornick. Fairly settled for Luton. On the bench for them, Shea Craney, Ince, Naismith, Tunnicliffe, Berry, Hilton, Luar, Adebayo. So a couple of new names been added to Luton there on the bench. Let's have a look at the table as it pertains to this game, and you can see a Birmingham win would put them out of the bottom three. They're definitely going to go above Sheffield Wednesday with a point because Wednesday aren't playing. Although a Derby win and they'd still be third bottom, wouldn't they? So, yeah, ho-hum. Rotherham aren't playing either. But look at the goal difference, -5, -13. So Birmingham need a win if they want to escape the bottom three today. Luton, a win. And, this is how tight it is. A win and Luton are pushing the top half. A defeat and a couple of bad results below them. And Luton are really, really looking over their shoulders. So time now not to get caught on a really bad points per game. You will really, really get caught. Luton will be feeling good about this one, says James. Surely there won't be better chances for 3 points. Yeah, you just look at that Birmingham squad and you think, well, either they're not going to click and Karanka's going to get fired, or they're going to click at some point, aren't they, Birmingham? So weather in Sheffield has been hectic. Watching me get to work was like a clip of the Three Stooges. Tremendous. Jerry says, Luton win easy. Well, we'll see you at 5 o'clock, Jerry. I'm sure we've bells on if Luton have won easily. Iain seems to think the same. Yeah, we had this in the chat yesterday. Lots of people thinking that Luton would get this done, which is never good, is it? Normally when we get into groupthink, it will go the other way, won't it? So conceived wisdom. QPR aren't playing. Forest have already played. Huddersfield are at home to Wycombe. Congratulations on Huddersfield. A Yorkshire team who gets a home game on. They've been in the Premier League very recently, though, so I'm sure they have the technology. There's your Huddersfield team. Schofield, Pippa, Keogh, Sarr. Obviously, Toffolo was red-carded for violent conduct last week. No, he wasn't. Serious foul play. Sorry, I take that back. Serious foul play. Look at that. Referee Stroud at this one today. So expect possibly more red cards. O'Brien and Hogg, Central. Holmes and Benza, Bakuna, Campbell. Wycombe, well adrift at the bottom of the table. Allsop in goal. Grimmer, Stewart, Tafazoli. Jacobson in at left back over Abita, who's played the last couple of games. Knight, Mehmeti, Wheeler. Ikpezu up top. McClary starts with Horgan the other side. Huddersfield, like Luton, need to kind of stop sliding. Wycombe look gone, don't they? Unless we get, I don't know, 3 wins in 5 at some point from Wycombe, we're just going to assume that they're miles away, and we'll talk about them when they get closer. But they are, as it stands, a long way back. We would normally talk about my team, Ipswich, but their game has been called off late in the day. You can see there, Shrewsbury v Ipswich, postponed. Taming of the Shrew, Shrewsbury, who cares? We do have 3 o'clock in the Premier League. No dearly departed team in there. Palace and Burnley. So, I mean, I'm sure someone will watch it on Sky. Keep your eyes on it and keep us posted with whatever's going on there. Gone are the days when the Premier League has multiple games at 3 p.m. Lovely jubbly. And we're done and ahead of schedule. Boom. Right, let's have a look at your comments here. Jacobson, big boost for set pieces for Wycombe. Absolutely. I watched the Palace game for you. Nice one, Leeds 2020-21. Right. Beings, we're a few minutes ahead of schedule. Let's put up another one of the topics that came up on Patreon today when I put the shout out. Lee, do you feel that 9 subs gives an unfair advantage on the bigger teams? For example, we played City the other day and only had 6 subs available with only 3 fit. Injuries always happen, but larger subs, benches seems to favour clubs with a stronger squad. Get your thoughts in on mass substitutions. Will they hang around past this season? I mean, it's hard to actually think of anything that isn't easier for big clubs or clubs with more money or resources. It just feels like every facet of football, the bigger clubs have it better. That's just the kind of way everything pans out, doesn't it? In a hierarchy, the more resources and the more finance and status and power you've got, the easier everything seems to be. I'm not sure it makes that much difference, Lee, in my honest outlook there. I think even if it was 3 subs and you could have 6 on the bench, or 20 subs and you could bring on, do you know what I mean? The bigger teams are still going to have an advantage, aren't they? I think maybe it's one of those things where it's a hindrance. It's more a hindrance to the little teams than than it is an advantage to the big teams. You know what I mean? I know that sounds like the same thing, but there is a small distinction there, isn't it? Anna says, we've had injuries. That's just bad luck. But teams like Norwich, injuries still don't help. I mean, that might just be squad size, mightn't it, Anna? But yes, squad size then helps you obviously exploit everything. James, it works both ways. In theory, smaller clubs will have a squad with lesser stamina than the bigger clubs. Having more subs could benefit them as well. Players' quality will show. I dislike it as it will spoil it. That does get annoying. Don't you? Have you ever watched an international friendly where they make 10 substitutions and just, just goes to the wall, doesn't it? Peanuts, I think it's fine. Gives more variety. There we go. Variety is the spice of life. Subs were originally only allowed for injuries, a maximum of 1 a game. It was more competitive than the bigger the bench. Yeah, it's difficult to go back and compare to when only 1 sub was used because, it's literally a different game, isn't it? The thing I always say on things like that is go and watch a montage of Alan Shearer's goals and then go and watch a montage of Thierry Henry's goals. And it looks like they're playing a different sport. I love both players, honestly, but it's very, very different now, isn't it? Very, very different. Definitely clubs with the financial clout to afford the quality will gain the advantage. Always, always. Most use about 3 subs anyway, and those using 5 only seem to bring on the other 2 over the last 5 minutes. Yeah. It's that idea that you could change half of your team, though. It's, imagine there was a club who was kind of too big for its league and had a big squad but wasn't very good. You'd think it should benefit them, but that would take competent management, wouldn't it? The last time Brentford were in the Premier League, my grandpa was my age and World War II had just ended. Well, that's tremendous. The pedant in me says it wouldn't have been the Premier League then, but obviously you mean top divisions, don't you? Chris is throwing out managers in danger of the sack. Wow. Munoz, Karanka, Holden, Corberon could be absolute mega worst case scenario for a couple of those. But yeah, you never know with the Birmingham and Watford ownership, isn't it? Don't like how the game has gone. Used to love seeing outfield players having to put on the goalie's jersey. That's tremendous. Small squad size is irrelevant. I'm not sure it's irrelevant. It's about the quality of the backups that helps rotation. Well, obviously, yeah, the better the quality of substitutes, yeah, it helps rotation. I'm not sure small squad size is irrelevant, though. I'm sure if you ask every manager or fan, would you rather have a big squad or a small squad? Would you rather have more good players or less good players? In very, very simple binary terms, they'd say more and bigger. But yeah, maybe I'm just pouncing on the word irrelevant there. Andrew, as one I possibly disagree with. Right, we're a little bit early, but let's play first goal. Where do you think the first goal will be? I've put Crystal Palace and Burnley on there. You don't have to tell me who's going to score it, but just tell me which game, where do you think that first goal is going to be? Those are our games. Palace, Burnley. Blackburn Preston's already happened. Forest Bournemouth has already happened. Will it be at Birmingham Luton, Cardiff Coventry, Derby Borough, Huddersfield Wickham, Norwich Stoke, Reading Millwall? It won't be at Rotherham. It won't be at Sheffield Wednesday. Will it be at Watford Bristol City? And it won't be at Shrewsbury. How many games have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. We only have 8 games today. A Plymouth playing. Is Jeffcott going to score? Plymouth versus Fleetwood. There we go. Maybe we should put that one on the list because we're guaranteed a Jeffcott goal, aren't we? For goodness sakes. let's have a look. What are you guys saying in the chat? Cardiff says Liam. Derby Borough, first goal. Luton. Cardiff and the goal scorer there. Huddersfield. Watford v Bristol City in the 4th minute. That's tremendous. Wickham to score first. Wow. Reading. Derby Borough. Birmingham. Birmingham. A few shouts for that one. Goodness me. There we go. Right, you need to let me know who wins because there's a lot of comments in there. A lot of them for the Birmingham-Luton game, I think. Interesting. Let's carry on this debate as we head for 3 p.m. If injuries and stamina didn't exist, it's a big if, isn't it? I'd rather have a small squad so they're all happily and regularly playing rather than rotting on the bench. Yeah, you just... The sad thing there is injuries and stamina do exist, don't they? And you just can't guarantee. Part of the game, isn't it, that you don't have your best 11 the whole time. Right. We're closing in on 3 p.m. on this, the Saturday Super Stream. Couple of plugs. You can support via Super Chat. I think Liam is already the king of the bin. But you can still support via Super Chat at any point in the broadcast. Nice, direct, easy way to support. The more consistent, steady way to support my work here is over on Patreon, where the plan long term is that we have this whole load of content that's very regular every day, and some of it's free and some of it's not. And if you want to access all of it, you go over and you do Patreon alongside YouTube. So that's the plan. We're going quite well. Thank you to all the people who've already subscribed over on Patreon. As you can see, the Patreon subscribers get favoritism in many ways, but obviously we want to keep all of YouTube happy as well. So yeah, have a think about going over to Patreon. That's only going to grow and grow, and hopefully I'd like to, if we were to fast forward a year, which I'd like the world to be working properly then. But I think if we went forward a year, we might have some guests, some more shows, some more Patreons, some more subscribers, and hopefully everything's gone nicely like that. Obviously, if you are watching right now, please hit the like button on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Although the most important thing you can do is comment. Comment your opinion, interact. Great bunch of people here. We leave our bias at the door, hopefully. Any idiot trolls go straight in the fake news sin bin. So we're able to keep control of, not that obviously believe in freedom of speech here, but yeah, we're able to keep control and make sure that we get a certain standard of behavior, let's just say, rather than shutting down anybody's specific opinion. Obviously, we'd never do that, but a great bunch and well worth subscribing. Ring the bell for notifications. Right. Let's pop up the ticker. We are all ready to go. You've had your ideas on first goals. Yeah, Will, as you can imagine, the mini eggs. What was my missus watching? She's watching a movie. So I watched the last 20 minutes of the movie. I didn't have any idea what was going on when I went downstairs. I made a cup of tea and I ate all the mini eggs, probably. And that packet of mini eggs cost me £1. I remember I got it from Budgeon's up the road there. £1. I reckon I ate that in 90 seconds. That pound did not last long. Deary me. Is there a stream on Tuesday, Liam? I tell you what, I'll let you into my planning. So what's going on? Let me put the split screen up so you can see. On Tuesday, we have loads of football. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 championship games. There'll probably be 2, Liam, on Tuesday. There'll probably be a preview show at 1 p.m. and a watch along as well. But just to smarten you up, tomorrow we'll be watching along Barnsley and Brentford. Is that 1:30 or is it 12:30? I can't even remember. Let me tell you when that game actually takes place. Neither. 1 p.m. So we're watching along with that. I think the review show is going to wait until Monday, because obviously it's Valentine's Day, so I'm going to spend the evening with my lovely missus. And then, we'll kick back in. Monday will be mental as ever, because I'll have the tribal football column, review of round 28. We'll be doing heroes and villains. And I'll be recording the first episode of Classics Reviewed with David from the Blue Monday podcast as well, where we'll be looking at some classic games as well. Tremendous. When will Ipswich win again? Next time they play a team that's below them in the table, probably. There you go. What else have we got here? Some FaceTime updates from grounds. That would be incredible. Let's get into the grounds first, shouldn't it? I think the person who disliked the video should go in the fake news sin bin. Actually, let's do a straw poll here. I just can't imagine sitting on YouTube and pressing dislike on a video. I just don't. So look, here's me. I'm on YouTube. I'm scrolling. So I'm going to click on a video and I start watching it and I don't like it. And I don't want to watch it. So I just go and watch another video. What do you click the dislike button for? Pathetic, isn't it? There we go. Right. Are we there? 2:58. We're nearly started. You've already got your bets on for first goal. 3 years there'll be Bloom Sports rather than Sky BT and Prime. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Don't have ambitions that lofty, but if we're still doing it in 3 years, then you know we're doing well. Do you eat your mini eggs? Do you know, I think I did eat them one by one as well, and they still only lasted about 90 seconds. Unbelievable. If there is a goal in the fourth, you've got to stick your money where your mouth is there. Get the bet on. Get the bet on. I live off mini eggs, and then they bring out some, I don't know, summer thing, Easter eggs. Always an excuse for me to eat badly. Deary me. I dislike on all the posts. It just makes me laugh how everybody in the world babbles about mental health and being nice, and YouTube, the world's biggest kind of media consumption device, has a thumbs down button. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But what are you going to do, hey? And I follow triple header. Wow. Oxford, Wigan, and then Lincoln. Chris, you are a savant. How much football that guy watches. Ridiculous, hey? Absolutely ridiculous. But join us for Brentford, Barnsley. That'll be grand. Do we think, Ben, that for the good of the club in financial times like now, Evans will not sack Lambert until he's mathematically failed to get us promoted? Probably. Who knows what he'll do? He tends to make quite bad operating decisions, doesn't he, Mr. Evans? So, hey-ho. Right. Are we all go? Yes, we are. It is 3 p.m. on the Saturday Super Stream. We await our first goal in the 3 p.m. kickoffs. Do you know what I'm going to do? Let's stick Palace and Burnley up on the screen up there. Why the hell not? Well, why the hell not? Because I can't find it. But God, this app is distributed in a silly way. Here we go. Sports. Palace, Burnley. There we go. We'll keep an eye on that. In the background, Gillingham have scored in the first minute. That's not one of our games, but the goals are flowing because they weren't at Forest, were they? I very rarely like a video because I haven't got the effort or memory to do so. you're doing yourself a favour if you like a video, because then you're basically telling YouTube you want to watch more videos like that, and it'll direct them to you. The first goal will be at Watford. There we go. Nick is watching the Luton game. Yes, please do. Lions are playing 5 at the back. Interesting. The chances of that game being a very low-scoring draw have just increased, I suspect. Sounds like a defensive outlook from Mr. Rowett over at Reading. Millwall playing away at Reading. Oh, nice. Ian's watching Sunderland versus Doncaster in League One. Keep us posted on that. All the club Twitters are lighting up. All the games are kicking off. Harry Redknapp, always entertaining, is on Soccer Saturday on my screen. And we await our first goal in our Saturday Super Stream. We didn't get one in the watch-along. Stoke say close. Clucas's corner is turned just wide by Mikel. Stoke taking on league leaders Norwich. Sounds like Bristol City are a minute or two behind. They've just tweeted, and we're off. James says, blimey, Stoke have come very close already. I naturally like videos. I've probably accidentally liked a Morgs video. I don't know what that is. Is that a bad thing? Yeah, not much in the way of Premier League action. So it looks like they've got people at plenty of grounds on Soccer Saturday today. Not too far from me. That's Northampton having the ball in the back of the net. And who said the first goal would be at Watford? Because they're right. I think quite a few of you did. Watford 1, Bristol City 0. No Deeney, no Gray. But Watford are the best team in the Championship at home. And they have taken the lead on just 2 minutes it took the Hornets to take the lead. It's Watford 1, Bristol City 0. I'll update the banner and we'll have a look on Soccer Saturday and see if they're going to show us that goal. Watford in the top 6 and moving up 3 points. Watford have just tweeted, looks like Ken Semmer, but it's only a millimetre picture. It says Taylormore own goal on Sky. That's definitely Ken Semmer on the Watford tweet. And here we go. First goal of the day in the Super Stream on 2 minutes. Coming down the right-hand side, Sarr. How has that gone in? No idea. I need to see a replay of that one. No idea how that one goes in at all. Sarr is coming down the right-hand side. Thank God they're going to show us a replay. Moore is with him. Tries to cut it back. It's unlucky, isn't it? Unlucky. It's Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 1 as well. And that goal hasn't happened on my stream yet, so I'm going to keep my eyes upstairs on that one. Not good news for the dearly departed. Watford's Twitter seemed to think Ken Semmer touched that before it went over the goal line. Big cross in from the left-hand side. All defensive, all in a tiz there. Nice spin and finish by Johan Gudmundsson, who gives Burnley the lead after 5 minutes. We have 2 goals straight away. on the Super Stream. We'll keep an eye on the one Premier League game. Why not? Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 1, Watford 1, Bristol City 0. Go to the comments in just a second. Let's take our first look at the Championship live league table, which will make good reading for Watford, because they are going to move up into 4th place. Ooh, huge chance for Norwich. I think Plachetta bounced back to him and he put it right across the goal. Pookie was in there as well. Not quite sure how Norwich haven't scored there. But anyway, there is the table with Watford closing up on Swansea. However, Swansea will have 2 games in hand. In terms of the playoff picture, though, Watford will potentially move 10 points clear of Borough there in 7th position, looking nice and solid in those playoff spots. Just look at the Premier League picture as well. Don't really know why I'm going to do it, because it's going to look awful for the dearly departed down the bottom there, because Burnley lead and they're just miles and miles ahead now. That would put Burnley 11 points clear of Fulham, 14 points clear of West Brom, and 15 points clear of Sheffield United. So, yeah, it's not great down the bottom there. And Burnley have the lead. Palace, well, they got 29 points, but they'll be looking over their shoulders, won't they? Sunderland have taken the lead against Doncaster. Charlie White must have scored about 6 or 7 goals in the last 6 or 7 games for sure. He seems to score every week we're on here. Right, I think we are all caught up. Let's look at the comments. What did I say, Ben? I don't know. Did you say the first goal will be at Watford? What else have we got here? I have Palace on mute in the corner of my screen. Same here, Hamza. A thrilling 5-5, of course. What else have we got here? Love that Bloom doesn't know who Morgs is. Shows his... Does it? Surely I'm not cultured if I don't know who the guy is. My girlfriend went to school with him, so she's cursed with no name. There you go. Give me your favourite Morgs thoughts, whoever he is. It's in a chance for Millwall here. Ooh, headed onto the crossbar, middle of the goal. They put the camera on Jake Cooper. I don't think that was him who headed the ball, though. Millwall have hit the bar. If they didn't start late, it would have been... There you go. You should have specified 3:04. Taylor Moore has been yellow carded now for Bristol City. He may have scored an own goal and been yellow carded within the first about 6 or 7 minutes of that game. Not cool. Not cool. What else have we got here? The dearly departed consigned to their fate. Hopefully not. Going to get another chance for Norwich here. Pookie flashes that one across the goal. Norwich turning the screw. Speaking of turning the screw, Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 2. Roy the boy is not going to be happy at all with that. Palace are 2-0 down. In the first instance, I think it was Barnes went close to win a corner, and it's just too easy. Jay Rodriguez standing jump in the 6-yard box from a corner. Way too easy for Burnley there. We know they're good on set plays, but Palace, horrible start for the Eagles. I'm just going to get another look at it on the iPad. Cork is like standing on Gaeta, the keeper. Where does Rodriguez come from? 19. Tarkovsky moves to the near post. Yeah, Rodriguez just takes 2-3 steps forward, barely has to jump. Gaeta's been... And J-Rod heads in. 2-0, 0-2 indeed. Palace 0, Burnley 2. Just the one goal in the Championship. That's gone to Watford. Norwich have come close twice from what we've seen already as well in their game against Stoke. That one looks very open. Unbelievable, Ben. There we go. Morgs is a YouTube with 11 million subscribers. But he supports Sheffield Wednesday. Nice. There we go. I should do more research, shouldn't I? Wyke from a McGeady corner. Nice. Has Jeff got scored yet? Let me enjoy it. It's going to happen. It's really going to happen. Norwich looking more like it today, says Mel. Looks like they've started well. Has McGeady found his level in League One? Possibly. Oh, I don't know whether Iain was telling me about the first Wyke goal or the second Wyke goal, because Sunderland are about to score another one. Roy Hodgson looks furious at Palace. Clipped into the centre, and Wyke, I need to bring up his scoring record. Craig, thank you so much, sir. A huge super chat there. Thank you, £10. Very, very kind. Showing support to an amazing channel. Keep up the great work, Ben. Thank you very, very much. Cardiff have had a goal disallowed in their game. Cardiff 0, Coventry 0, but they've had the ball in the back of the net. Oh, have Plymouth scored? They haven't, have they? It's happening, guys. It's happening. There's Ali McCoist, who's going to tell us what's happened at Cardiff. Free kick in. Moore heads it on. I think it's Aidan Flint's put it home. I assume he was offside. Didn't see a replay there. Burnley running riot at Palace. Certainly in charge of that one. Harrison Holgate, own goal. No Jeffcott goal. We can't sign the or sound the Jeffcott klaxon yet. Geez, Donny. Defending atrocious. Super chat, Benny Boy. I think I did put that one up, didn't I, from Craig. Thank you, sir. Hopefully I haven't missed any other ones. I've just scrolled all the way up. No, we're all good, guys. We are all good here. Right. Watford 1, Bristol City 0. Norwich look like they've come close a couple of times against Stoke. Millwall have hit the crossbar. In the Premier League game, Burnley are 2-0 up at Palace already. Within sort of 10 minutes, Jay Rodriguez and Johan Gudmundsson scoring in that game. All our dearly departed games come later tonight. Villa are playing tonight, and then I think we've got 4 in a row tomorrow and Monday. I was just going to look up Charlie Wyke, who is challenging Jeffcott as our most prolific striker on the Super Streams. Charlton have equalised against Gillingham. Let's bring him up. There he is, Charlie Wyke. Oh, he's on fire. Look at this for a run. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 goals and an assist in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Is that? Norwich have taken the lead to absolutely nobody's surprise. They look like they were turning the screw well and truly. Norwich are 1 up in the 15th minute. That is a goal that will put them top of the league. And Todd Cantwell has scored it. Stoke 1 win in 14. Buendia returning for Norwich, and Norwich lead. Here comes the goal on Soccer Saturday. Cantwell cuts in from the right. Nice little back heel by Vrancic. It's really good from Cantwell. Really direct. Comes in off the right. There's a lucky bounce in the first instance. Then it's really good from Vrancic with the back heel. But excellent from Cantwell. Just driving into the box. Hits it nice and early past Angus Gunn. Lovely goal. And Norwich are heading back to the top of the table. It's Norwich 1. Stoke City 0. Looks like that goal's been coming. And for another team in yellow, or gold as they would like to say, Watford 2, Bristol City 0. And Derby 1, Borough 0 as well. We've had 3 goals in a minute. You love to see it. Derby take the lead against Borough. I think all of those goals were timed at 15. Corner swung in. Air Buchanan heads it across. And Lee Gregory has scored his first goal for Derby County. So Derby lead 1-0 against Borough. Gregory scores. Ismail Assar has scored for Watford, also in the 15th minute. Watford are 2-0 up against Bristol City, and Reading lead against Millwall. Absolute deluge. It's pouring, guys. The flood is happening. Sarr pretty much created the first goal, didn't he? He scored the second one. Watford lead 2-0. Oh, dear. It's Vine has tried to play it back. Oh, no. It's rubbish. What are Bristol City doing? It's a bad back pass, and no one is anywhere near Sarr. Cleverly manages to spin and play it round the corner, but he's completely on his own in the penalty box of all places. Oh, dear. 2-0 Bristol City. Reading have also taken the lead against Millwall. The top 6 teams are running riot, let's just say. All on the goal-scoring sheets already. Alpha Semedo is the goal scorer for Reading. They lead Millwall 1-0. Bialkowski throws it out. It's given away. Oh, what a goal. Wow. I think it was Sean Williams, possibly. Bialkowski throws it out. And he's just fast asleep, isn't he? And Semedo hits it. A very clever goal. The replay wasn't too convincing. It looked like not a terrible throw by Bialkowski, but I didn't see a convincing replay. Wow. Semedo scoring, half spectacular, half mistake-ridden goal there. Right. I think we have got them all. It's Palace 0, Burnley 2. Last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. And for some reason, I've put Forest 1, Bournemouth 0. Must have put that on the wrong team. My apologies. Birmingham 0, Luton 0. Cardiff 0, Coventry 0. Cardiff Flint had a goal disallowed. Derby 1, Borough 0. And for God's sakes, the goals won't stop. Huddersfield have just taken the lead against Wickham in the 18th minute. Huddersfield 1, Wickham 0. Just as we were going through all of the goals, there comes another one. We'll reset and do that again in a minute when we hear about the Huddersfield goal. Bacuna. Is that Leandro or Juninho? It's Leandro at Cardiff, isn't it? Idiot, Huddersfield. And here we go. Chris Kamara is at Huddersfield doing his Yorkshire thing. Inside left position, clip to the back post. Campbell, that's a brilliant cross by Campbell. Full on the volley, completely catches out the Wickham defence, who all have their arms up for offside. And across the box it goes. Juninho Bacuna is the goal scorer. Right, let's reset. I promise I'll go to your comments and then we'll go to the live league table because ton of goals. We had goals 3 in the 15th minute, 1 in the 17th, and 1 in the 18th. We've basically just had 5 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Chaos on the Super Stream. You've got to love it. Right, let's reset. Palace 0, Burnley 2, Goodmanson and Rodriguez. Blackburn 1, Preston 2 last night. Forest 0, Bournemouth 0, full-time in the 12:30. Birmingham 0, Luton 0. Cardiff 0, Coventry 0. Flint goal disallowed for offside. We're just going to see something from Luton on Soccer Saturday. I think it's Collins bustling in. Ooh, lobs it over the keeper and into the side net. He just catches out friend. It's Derby 1, Borough 0. Lee Gregory heading from Lee Buchanan's knockback across. Huddersfield 1, Wickham 0 was Juninho Bacuna after a nice cross from Campbell on the volley. I need to change that to say Norwich 1, Stoke 0. Todd Cantwell, lovely drive from the right-hand side and left foot finish by him. Reading 1, Millwall 0. Weird breakdown in communication, but good finish by Semedo. And 2 games postponed. Then Watford 2, Bristol City 0. Own goal, we think, by Taylor Moore or Ken Sema stuck it over the line. We'll find out probably tomorrow. And Ismail Assar, Viner, bad back pass, and then cleverly plays it into the space, and Sarr makes it 2-0. Comments we'll go to in a second, but we have to, of course, go to the live league table where I would have loved to have gone 5 times in the last 5 minutes, but too much going on. Here's the live league table. So, Norwich lead. They're going to go back top. Watford and Reading both lead, which is bad news for the chasers there. Borough are losing, and there's going to be an 11-point gap if nothing changes between Reading in 5th and Borough in 7th. So Stoke are losing as well, and Bristol City are losing. It's a perfect storm for Cardiff, in fact. We said there is a scenario that sees Cardiff go 7th. If Cardiff score, they will jump 5 places with 1 goal as it stands. It's all set up for Cardiff, who can move on to 40 points. However, looking at the playoffs, 11 points between 5th and 7th with 17 games to go sounds like a lock for the top 5, doesn't it? Bournemouth just a little bit adrift, but what a gap opening up there. Stoke losing, Bristol City losing. It's all there for Cardiff, isn't it, if they can take the lead? Huddersfield lead there in 14th. Millwall behind. Luton level. Coventry level. Derby winning, going out of the bottom 3, which drops Birmingham into the bottom 3. But let's keep our powder dry, because last week we had about 8 different teams in the bottom 3 during the course of the Super Stream. Boom! The deluge is over, and there's a deluge of comments. Goodness me. Right. What else have we got in here? Let's scroll up. Loads and loads of comments in here. Oh, dear. Okay. Right, let's go from about here. Now, I'm going to read that one because it's funny. A few months ago, all the Sunderland fans were calling him a fridge. All he needed was Lee Johnson, didn't he? Hey? Changed his game. Charlie White. All over it, hey? Corner for Burnley. When was the last time Bristol City won? Can't remember. Love that. Cantwell deserves it, says James. A lovely goal, isn't it? Craig, do you see any of the bottom 3 in the Premier League getting out of trouble with Burnley leading today? No, sadly. And I've got a big vested interest in them staying up, but no, I think they're gone. It would have to take. Strangely, it seems like Sheffield United have almost got the most momentum and they're bottom, but they've won 3 in 5 and 6 in 9 in all comps, but miles back, aren't they? Brilliant from Campwell. Absolutely. We finally scored a goal. There you go, Russ. Buendia returns and Norwich are winning. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Palace are truly lost without Zaha. Is he not playing? Is that why? Interesting. Serves you right for Muscat is all I'll say to that, Alex. I said Lee Gregory would get 2 today. You've got to show me your betting slip, MJ. Get your money on it. Money where your mouth is. Josh, I can't read that out, but he's not very happy with Dean Holden. Hamza, who's a bit of a West Brom authority. Sam will probably go by mutual consent. Him and the board will need to start a conversation on whether he wants to stick out his contract in the Championship or do they need to start looking elsewhere. I mean, there is a scenario. Ooh, goal disallowed. We had an equaliser, we thought, Norwich versus Stoke. It's been disallowed, ironically, on the Bet365 app, who own Stoke City. And thought there's any conflicts of interest in football, would you? We'll find out. Pandemonium on the Super Stream. We love it. A mess of a guy. It's horrible, wasn't it? That second Watford goal. Just a mess. An absolute mess. Fletcher heads into the net, but the flag is up. We'll have a look at that one. I am sure. Honey gun. 2-0 down against Watford already. Eek. Yeah, Bristol City fans are very suspicious now of Dean Holden, aren't they? Brilliant goal from Semedo. Yes, I think it was Joseph. Whose error was it? Was it Bialkowski's or was it Williams? It looked like it was Williams, wasn't it? Just didn't know that Semedo was behind him and so slow to the ball. Come on, Wickham. Poor from the keeper, but good hit from range from Semedo. 2 things can be true. Absolutely. We're an absolute mess. Well, definitely most unhappiest fans on here today are Bristol City for sure, aren't they? Unbelievable, Ben. You got to love that. £10 off the relegation zone. Hey, a lot of traffic in the way. Laura traffic. Be good for subscriptions if Sunderland go up. You know it, Iain. You know it. I've got some good contacts at Sunderland as well, actually. Go on, Sunderland. Hey, if Ipswich are nowhere near, we'll get behind Sunderland for a promotion. Right, Annie's got to go in the fake news sin bin. That's really poor from Annie. In he goes. I can't play the jingle. There it is. Any idea that I'm biased about anything is just absolute nonsense. Unhappy fans. We have Ipswich fans who take unhappy. Well, they don't really, do they? Just kind of moan at each other on Twitter and have silly little feuds. Ooh, Gregory heads just wide for Derby there. Already scored 1 today. Lee Gregory in our deluge of goals between minutes 13 and 15. Right, I think we're going to see this Stephen Fletcher disallowed header here. Clipped into the box. Clark, yeah, he's offside, isn't he? Fletcher, middle of the goal. And that one looks like it's rightly disallowed for offside. QPR 2017, the last time Leeds were... I think the entire weight of expectation is on Leeds to win a London game. I think they can do it. Often an amateur will stitch up a professional, says Victory Rose. Cheers to you, my friend. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yeah, that's Brent speaking to Neil. Oh, God, that's a horrible episode when the Swindon lot first come, isn't it? Deary me. Do you know, I didn't watch the Everton Spurs Cup match. I try and go cold turkey. I watch so much football that when it's time to hang with Shaylee and the dogs, it should be, right, stop. And, your phone goes, doesn't it? You're hearing about all of these goals going. But no, Haven't seen any of it. And then we had to focus in on whatever we were doing for the channel. Little slugs. Wow. Big goal. Big goal coming. Birmingham 0, Luton 1. And Cardiff are going to go into 7th. Wow. Oh, my God. 3 goals in a minute. Watford have scored again as well. Right. Let's get my head together. 3 goals all gone in at the same time. Let's just go to the live league table because we said it could be the biggest jump in Superstream history. Cardiff have jumped 5 places with 1 goal there. My God, Charlie Wyke has scored a hat-trick in, 7:31 minus 7? In 24 minutes. Crikey. Look at that. Cardiff have just jumped. Kiefer Moore have scored. Cardiff have just jumped from, 12th to 7th with 1 goal there. Obviously, everything can change, but look at Mr. McCarthy go there. My goodness me. Right, so 3 goals in very, very fast order there. For Watford, Will Hughes has scored. For Cardiff, Kiefer Moore has scored. And for Luton, that's probably the biggest goal of all of them because that's really going to do for Birmingham, isn't it? And it might not be very good news for Aitor Karanka. Look, down there in 23rd, really big goal for Luton for sure. Which one did I say? So Watford, Hughes scored for, Potts scored for Luton, and Moore scored for Cardiff. Right, let's have a look at this. So Murphy comes down the left, plays it in behind to Moore, left-hand side of the box. Oh, he's beating his man. Oh, it's a great goal. What a great goal by Kiefer Moore there. It's completely left someone on their backside there. I didn't quite see who it was. Just played into the channel, cuts inside. Lovely goal by Kiefer Moore. So that gives Cardiff the lead against Coventry. And let me repeat, that goal, you won't see it again in the Superstream this year. 5-place jump with that goal. Incredible scenes. Remind me when I'm saying who's jumped the most places with 1 goal, because we're just not going to see the likes of that again this season, are we? Watford are now 3 up, and Luton are leading at Birmingham. We're about to see the third goal for Watford, which is scored by Will Hughes. Right, cleverly is taking the corner. In it goes right-footed, cleared by Moore. Hughes, oh no, deflected. It's a good hit by Hughes on the half volley with the left foot. But, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been hapless from Bristol City today. And we've had another deluge because Derby have just gone 2-0 up against Borough. So we've got another 4 goals in 2 minutes here. You know, I was worried when I saw that there was only 8 games today. Absolute ton of goals. Derby have gone 2-0 up. We still haven't seen that big goal for Luton over at Birmingham. We're going to see the Derby goal first because Paul Merson's doing that game. And why not? So Gregory holds it up. Kazim Richards. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. What a strike by Kazim Richards. Attempting to smash the goal there. Nearly takes the net off the back of the goal. It's a hell of a strike by Kazim Richards. Brilliant goal. And Derby go 2-0 up. I think we're all up to date down there. We just want to see the Dan Potts goal for Luton at Birmingham. But another 4 goals in the space of 2 minutes. I'll come to your comments in just a second. Right, here comes the Potts goal for Luton. This could be a really big goal. It's a long throw-in from the left-hand side. In it goes, I think, from Cornick. Oh, God, what a mess. It hits the post on the near post, goes loose. Potts has then got an easy job to head it in, but the ball's kind of comes in. No one gets the first head on it. It's sort of allowed to bounce. The shot goes in, hits the post, and then Potts puts it in to the empty net. Poor stuff. Before, once more, we go to your comments, let's just go to the live league table. In the middle of that, Colin Kazim Richards with an absolute thunder. I can't say it, but thunderbolt, let's just say. A brilliant strike by Kazim Richards when we're looking at our goal of the weekend. We'll be doing that on Monday this week, but that'll be in with a shout. What a goal that was. Right. Let's look at the bottom of the table now. So Birmingham are behind and second bottom and looking like they're going absolutely nowhere. Remember, Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham are not playing. It's a desirable situation for Birmingham. They're at home against the Luton team that's sliding, and the two teams above them are not playing. However, they're choking. Looking upwards then, Derby are going to move on to 31 points. They're 2-0 up as well against Warnock's Borough. And that Borough playoff challenge, oh my God, Watford 4, Bristol City 0. Deeney and Gray out of the team and Watford 4-0 up in 36 minutes. Oof. Not good news for Dean Holden. Bristol City holding out in the top half of the table in 12th there, but they are 4-0 down in 36 minutes. I think we're going to see the next Watford goal. Firmino down the right, clips it in. Sarr knocks it back. Ken Sema puts it in. We've heard for a few weeks about Bristol City being down the left-hand side poor. And it looks like they've come up against Ismail Sarr on a day where he's playing somewhere near his potential. And it looks like Sarr has just destroyed Bristol City in this first half. 4-0 after 36 minutes for the not able to score very many goals Watford team. Wow. We'll go to your comments and then we will reset in just a sec, because a lot has happened in the last 5 minutes. Let me know if my banner's not up to date. I think it is. Wow. Let's have a look at your comments. What else have we got here? Okay. Can you honestly see any side breaking into the top 6? Maybe one. I'm going to have to stop again. Cardiff 2, Coventry 0. Although, you can talk to me about a playoff charge all you like. There's a big gap in there. But Cardiff are moving forward nicely. They are 2-0 up now. We'll find out about that goal in just a second. Right. What do we got here? He's done it again. That means Kiefer Moore has probably scored for Cardiff. Yes, he has. 2 for Big Kiefer. He's on a hat-trick now. Let's have a look at the goal. Long throw-in from the right-hand side. Morrison's in there. It's easy for Moore at the back post. Poor from, is it Morosi in goal for Coventry? Gets suckered in. We've seen a million long throw-ins from Cardiff over the last few seasons. And it's a tap-in for Kiefer Moore. Not a single 0-0. Boom. You got to love it, hey? You got to love it. What else have we got in the comments here? Annoyed that Warnock's crumb. Yeah, what has happened to Borough? Not good. Not good. Charlie Wyke. First half hat-trick. He's on fire, isn't he, for Sunderland? Always going to be goals, goals, goals. Absolutely, yeah. Never back the 12:30 kickoff. That's been 0-0 a few times, hasn't it? Kazim Richards. Stunning goal, wasn't it, Jest? Although Borough have just got a goal back in that game. It's Derby 2, Borough 1. We'll find out about that goal in just a second. Let me just update the banner down there. Derby 2, Borough 1. Immediate reply there from Borough after that brilliant goal from Kazim Richards. In they come down the left-hand side. First shot's deflected. Saville's there. I think Naskin's Cabano has put it in with the right foot. Cabano with his first goal for Borough. Right, before I go to your comments, let's reset then, because so much has happened. Right. Palace 0, Burnley 2 in the Premier League. Goodmanson and Rodriguez there. Last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. 12:30 kickoff, Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. Then, in the 3 o'clocks, Birmingham 0, Luton 1, Potts. Cardiff 2, Coventry 0, Kiefer Moore with both. Derby 2, Borough 1, Gregory and Kazim Richards. Cabano with the Borough goal there. Huddersfield 1, Wickham 0. Bakuna scoring for Huddersfield. Norwich 1, Stoke 0. Campwell. Reading 1, Millwall 0. Semedo. Watford 4, Bristol City 0. We think an own goal by Moore, then Sarr, then Sema, one from Will Hughes into the bargain as well. All the rest of our games are postponed. Probably a good thing, given the amount of goals that are flying in. Woof. Let's go to your comments. Sorry, there's tons of them. Let's have a look. Mick McCarthy masterclass at Cardiff. Well, I think a couple of things are true. Mick's certainly done well. There's been a regression to the mean, i.e. an underperforming team starting to perform. And just the middle of the table is absolute dross at the moment, isn't it? Just nobody in that position from sort of 6th down to 13th or something is scoring any points. The people like QPR and Forest and Wednesday and Derby scoring points in the bottom. Top 5 scoring a load of points. Just rubbish from like 16th down to 13th. And Cardiff have obviously got 8 in the last 4 games. Going to be 11 from 5. They're 2-0 up today. Boom. Huddersfield have gone 2-0 up against Wickham. Wickham just look absolutely cooked, don't they? 12 points adrift at the bottom. And Huddersfield are now 2-0 up. So possibly good day for both Luton and Huddersfield, who were the ones in mid-table who were kind of slipping towards that bottom 6. And Benza is the goal scorer for Huddersfield. Boom. Anyone know stats on early kickoff goal expectancy? It seems to be low, doesn't it? Certainly last couple of weeks. Not good at all. That's tremendous. There's a prophecy. Cardiff finished 7th. Big Mick gives it the big and gets a new contract, does woeful next season. Well, is this a coincidence, David? Deeney and Gray out and Watford are 4-0 up after 36 minutes. Or is it Bristol City being a bit rubbish at the moment? I don't know. Norwich 2, Stoke 0. Norwich looking pretty certain to go back to the top of the league now. They've gone 2-0 up just before half time. We will await and see the scorer of that goal. They look pretty much home and hosed now, especially given Stoke have won 1 in 14 and Norwich are very good at home. Poor clearance. Buendia. Oh, God. Buendia squares it. It looks like Angus Gunn is running in quicksand. He needs to just dive out on top of the ball and he kind of gets his feet all stuck. And for the first time in a while, it's an open play goal from Teemu Pukki for Norwich. Norwich go 2-0 up. They are heading back to the top of the table. And what a first half for goals we have had. Absolutely on fire in the Championship today. We haven't seen Isaac and Benza's goal for Huddersfield. They're 2 up now. We are about to see that one. And Benza over on the left-hand side engages his man. Oh, it's awful defending. Who plays right back for Wickham? Is it Grimmer? Just kind of backs off him, then shows him outside really easily. And and Benza just sticks the left foot shot past the keeper. Really, really poor that. He should, well played and Benza, but come on, back off. At least show him outside, difficult angle. Don't let him cross it or shoot it if you're not going to let him past you. But he did neither nor there. The Wickham right back. Wow. Let's go back to your comments. When has Gray been good? 2016, 2017, wasn't it? Or 15, 16. Championship top scorer for Burnley. Ben's facts were right. Now with Buendia and Norwich back. It seems too obvious, but I'm going to roll with it while it keeps being right. So, Ricky, as a Birmingham fan, I defended for the Luton goal champion. It wasn't good, was it? Because when that long throw-in goes, the minimum, don't let that ball land. Someone's got to get a head on it if it's a throw-in. You can position. It's not going to come in too fast as well. Have we got a goal at Derby here? It looks like Waghorn sizing up a free kick. Now he's put it into the wall. Good effort on the volley afterwards. Easy for Bettinelli. And here, take 5 and calm down and try and write that comment a little bit more, eloquently, my friend. I feel your passion, though. Bristol City are poor, but let's not talk about that. I'm enjoying 4 first-half goals. I'm trying to think. I think I've seen Ipswich score 4 first-half goals. Yes, at Swindon once, little slugs. No Jeffcott goal yet. It's no good, is it, for the Super Stream? Come on, Colin. Do Wednesday a favour. Boom. Taxi booked at Vicarage Road. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Birmingham need to move to the Rico Arena. Unbelievable. Right. I think we're coming up for all of our half times. Absolute carnage in the Championship today. In the Premier League, Palace 0, Burnley 2. Let me just show you what that does, especially for our dearly departed who we've been following, marooned in the bottom 3 and just miles adrift, aren't they? There is the live Premier League table. So Burnley are going to move on to 26 from 23, which would put Fulham 10 points adrift with 16 to play. West Brom 13 points adrift with 15 to play. And Sheffield United 14 points adrift with 15 to play as well. Relegation could literally be done with 3 games to go if those gaps don't change in the next 11 or 12 games. Let's have a look at the Championship then. So last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. 12:30 kickoff, Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. In the 3 p.m s, Birmingham 0, Luton 1, Potts. Cardiff 2, Coventry 0, Moore with both. Derby 2, Borough 1 was Kazim Richards and Gregory for Derby, Cabano for Borough. Huddersfield 2, Wickham 0, Bakuna and Benza in that one. Norwich 2, Stoke 0, Cantwell and Pookie. Reading 1, Millwall 0, Semedo. Watford 4, Bristol City 0. Bad day for Dean Holden. Could get worse if that gap increases in that game. Wickham have got a goal back. Huddersfield 2, Wickham 1. We will likely see that goal in a minute. Just on the Watford game, so Taylor Moore own goal, Ismail Assar with the second, Will Hughes with the third, Ken Sema with the fourth. Mehmeti has scored in the 3rd minute of first half stoppage time. Wickham coming down the left, looks like Horgan. Mehmeti works the opening. Nice low left-footed shot into the corner. We get one of these comical get the ball back type fights. Ridiculous from Wheeler and Schofield in the goal. Really poor. But Wickham have a goal back. Let's get back into the comments. Holden out. I think we might get a few of those today, mightn't we? This championship lark is exciting. Isn't it just, hey? Someone's got to cover it. Did I add the Wickham goal onto the banner? I did. There we go. We are all caught up. Ian's watching Sunderland. 3-0. Wow, McGeady impressive. Wyke impressive. Rovers defensively clueless. No good. Ricky is an unhappy Birmingham fan there. Ball bounces in 6-yard box. 7 defenders in the box. And then it's so ridiculous because then they get dragged towards the near post. And as everyone goes, you know if that ball bounces over there. And Potts didn't have to do a lot, did he? Just continue his run from the far post and easy open goal there. Interesting now for Birmingham. I think Mr. Karanka and Mr. Holden under pressure for sure. The board won't take this. We are supposed to compete. This is not acceptable. This is not consistent. I can't take this anymore. Holden has to go. There we go. There is a microcosm of how you Bristol City fans are feeling today. What else have we got in the chat? I think we are all there. Chris, I meant to ask you, whose fault was that goal? Was it Bialkowski's or was it Sean Williams who got robbed? Goodish performance by Millwall. 4 or 5 presentable chances, hit the bar. Zhao, one good chance, and the goal was unfortunate but excellent by Semedo. Nick, a deserved lead. Birmingham only 1 shot all the first half. We're not playing great. Very stop-start. You've got to win these minging games, haven't you, though, Nick? And the way Birmingham have been, especially at home, it was never going to be Brazil 1970, was it? So in match day 12, Bristol City were goal difference away from the top 2. Stop. Beautiful graphs and spreadsheets. I think the Bristol City fans are glum enough without hearing that. Holden out. Hodgson out. Everybody out. Karanka out. Yeah, everybody out. We'll see. Anyone got Eddie Howe's agent's number? Dearie me. Right. We are at half time. I think we can do a topic now, can't we? Let's see what came in over on Patreon today. Peter, just how good were Barnsley against Chelsea? Do some championship clubs play at a higher tempo than Premier League? Sometimes it feels that way only because of the lack of quality that the ball is turned. The ball is turned over so many times in the championship. When you get a game where one team really commits to the press, like Preston did last night, that was absolutely mental pace. Remember, obviously, at the Premier League, it's the ball that moves quicker, whereas in the championship, often it's the players that are moving quicker. So I want that thing of that gif. Is it Eddie Murphy pointing to his head going like that? It's the Premier League players who've got it right. They're letting the ball do the work. I think as well, you have to give some pass to Chelsea in respects of that their manager's only in for 3 or 4 games, so they're probably not quite where they need to be in terms of their pattern of play yet. But Barnsley are very, very intense, and obviously we're very up for it on Thursday night. Anyone have any thoughts on that? I will read the comments out very, very quickly. I think everyone's in on the game. If you want to comment on that one from Peter on Patreon, please do. What else have we got in the chat? Poor touch by Williams. Quick thinking and accuracy from Semedo. Yeah, I think that was what I was thinking. Unfortunately, the replay they showed on Sky, they showed Bialkowski throw it out, and then the camera's kind of close up on him. Stat. I realised the other day, West Brom haven't finished lower than 4th in the Championship since 2001. Wow. Intrigued to see how we do next year. Miracles aside, of course. Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? So top 24. And remember, Hamza, with the way that football is at the moment, if you're in that Premier League money or parachute money, which is obviously essentially the top 23 rather than the top 24, I'd be interested to know what the average position is, Hamza, across those last 20 seasons. You calculate that one. I'd be really interested to hear. Only Zola has a worse win percentage than Karanka as a Birmingham manager. Not good. Not good. What else have we got here? Ben, that's what happens when you play your best players in their actual positions with the right formation. So what is the formation, Ben, for Watford? Is it a 4-2-3-1 or is it like a 4-3-3? Who's playing where? Is it João Pedro, Sema and Sarr up front all together? Is it 4-2-3-1? Let me know if you are watching it. On that comment, like the way Barnsley plays should be a great watch. Yes, Iain. We will be doing that one tomorrow. Another one on Barnsley here. Barnsley's game plan is high tempo press and hope the ball's in the opposition box full right. There is no plan B in that way. Yeah, that would explain being very successful against teams below them and less above. And it would explain the lack of draws as well. I think we had one more topic from Patreon. James, not so much a question, but would love to hear your thoughts. Anyone wants to comment on this? Solskjaer recently said that anybody who wants to set up a social media account should have to prove their identity. I think he's onto something here. If every social media account had personal ID in the background, surely it would help reduce the amount of cowardly anonymous trolls. We know all about cowardly anonymous trolls on YouTube here, don't we? Who abuse others without fear of repercussion. As it stands, reporting trolls doesn't solve much. They're entirely anonymous. And my God, can I tell you about an absolute train wreck on the ITFC Twitter timeline last night, where James Norwood, the Ipswich forward, was sent a very abusive tweet about his ability as a football player. So straight away, that's not cool. Don't do that. I don't agree with that. But then Norwood replies, okay, and actually insults the appearance of the guy who sent the tweet. Now, you know me, I think it's far more reasonable, as long as you don't use profane language or insult the person. I would much rather someone was criticising someone's ability as a football player than insulting their appearance. I think one is infinitely more fair than the other. But if you are going to criticise someone's footballing ability, there's a way of doing it politely, obviously. The plot then thickens because the guy who sent the abusive tweet to James Norwood is the cousin of Ipswich Town player Andre Dazelle. Andre Dazelle is the son of Ipswich Town legend Jason Dazelle. So just typical Ipswich. But yeah, social media. Oh my God. And this is the day after the EFL sending an open letter about abuse on social media. And yes, obviously you're preaching to the choir. I mean, we have an audience here of 14,000, don't we? 14,000, subscriber base of 14,000. And I get enough abuse and, nonsense anyway. Can imagine a football player, especially in lockdown when people are a little bit loopy anyway, aren't they? And, playing in front of millions on, particularly Premier League players on TV. But there you go. A little insight into the Ipswich Town timeline. What have you guys got to say about that? We love you, Ben. That's tremendous, Iain. The more they go on TV crying about it, the more it will happen. Maybe. Anything else on that? Yeah, IP addresses. That will be good. Shambolic from James Norwood. Yeah, he's a bit of a loose cannon on Twitter, is Norwood. There is a line between criticism. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I don't really know. This is one thing I will say. I don't know. I understand. And sometimes I bite at trolls in here. And some of you go, Ben, mate, just move on. Let it go. So I get it. I get it. Sometimes you're just at your wit's end. I don't understand why a pro footballer is responding to a fan. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Fair enough if it's sometimes a birthday wish or reply in kind to something nice or whatever. But why are you responding? Dearie me. There we go. Right. Am I okay to cry? Inserts Holden's. It's time to regroup. Yeah. Agreed. Right. Any more comments here? There's your West Brom average. So literally, hang on, 2019-18, literally either relegated or one above relegation over 20-year average. Sensational. Right. I think Ben, Watford or Will, Watford formation is 4-3-3. Interesting. That could be the click needed at Watford, couldn't it? That's what happens when you leave Deeney and Gray out. There you go. Semisar and João Pedro up front. We said that might be a solution at the start of the game. And we're 4-0 up in the first half. Has the real Watford finally turned up? With the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Drop the old guard and play the players in position. Boom. And if you get Ismail Assar a bit more narrow, a bit more involved there, boom. Holden has a points per game of 1.5. That's not terrible, is it? Well, 69 points, 1.5, isn't it? He ain't getting sacked on 1.5, is he? Or is he? I don't know. It's a bad run at the moment. Couldn't agree more with Solskjaer. Nice. Me neither. What else have we got? Can Watford hit double figures? There we go. Which do you have more of? Cans of Pepsi or pens? Craig, come on. That's some basic math in there. There's no contest, is there? I remember when some guy came in calling Ben biased and got him really mad. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's really, really hard when you get it constantly. Burnley are 3-0 up against Palace. By the way, second half just starting. And Burnley have gone 3-0 up. I haven't seen the goal yet. But yeah, Palace, Roy Hodgson's probably just given them a right lashing in the team book. And they've conceded straight away. Matt Lowton. He used to play for Leeds. Lowton, or was it Sheffield United? Can't remember. Someone tell me. Diagonal free kick into the box. It's recycled back out. I assume this is the phase of play where the goal's coming from. Oh, no, it's come up on Soccer Saturday. Actually, that's a tremendous goal by Lowton, who drives forward from right back, plays it across. It's chipped back over to him at the back post, and he slams it in on the volley. Lovely goal by Lowton. And that's Burnley home and hosed in this game. And I'm sure Burnley's American owners will be very happy with this, because it looks like there's another 100 million quid TV money coming in next year, doesn't it? Woo! Lautinho, you got to love that. What do we got here? He's getting sacked with one. See, that's interesting. If and I'm not having a pop at Bristol City here. And look, there could be underlying issues that go much further than the points per game. But if he finishes the season with 69 points, he'll be in the top 10. And it's a case of what is the expectation for Bristol City? Is it to be in the playoffs? And if so, why? Well, is that a sensible expectation? It's not far off 1.5 points per game. So we'll see. Cardiff 3, Coventry 0. Has Kiefer Moore got the hat-trick? We'll find out in just a second. Cardiff 3, Coventry 0. Although, are we going to see something from the Norwich game? Lee Hendry's chattering away at the moment. We'll go to some other comments here. I'm biased against cricket, rugby, chess, and some other sports. Literally only talk about football. Josh Murphy is the goal scorer for Cardiff. Oh, Stoke were clean through. Oh, it's poor from Fletcher. Absolutely clean through. Tries to go around Krull. Stoke should have got one back there, shouldn't they? We're hopefully going to see the Josh Murphy goal here. There's a super chat come in. There he is. Dan Van Cleef. Thank you, sir. And just because you want me to talk a little bit faster, boom. There we go. We'll drink to you. Thank you, Dan Van Cleef. £10 super chat. Here comes a goal for Josh Murphy. Ali McCoist is going to show us. Long ball forward, Moore, who's causing them untold trouble. Quick free kick. Clever. Murphy in. Good finish. Now, the question is, did they take the free kick from where the infringement take place? Because no one spotted it. I think it might have been Perry NG closed it down. We'll find out. There we go. Stoke have come out swinging in the second half, says James. And one of those topics was from our friend James, who's a Patreon subscriber. Obviously, preferential treatment there. If you like that feature, we'll keep the topics from Patreons coming each and every Saturday. Super stream. Deary me, I can't talk. Comment of the day. Ben is obviously not biased whatsoever, even if his content is great. So people should enjoy it. Comment of the day. Well done, Alex. Yeah, I remember that. That was when Norwich were playing Bristol City. And the funny thing about accusations of bias is they're normally levelled at you by people who are biased. Do you know what I mean? So it was a Norwich fan, and I was saying how terrible the Bristol City defending was, which was true. And Norwich scored a third goal, didn't they, just before half-time. And this guy said I was biased for criticising the Bristol City defending and not praising the Norwich goal. My argument to that is always two things can be true. It can be a good goal and bad defending, but people are very binary, and people don't understand that bias works both ways often, and that it's their inherent bias towards their team that makes them feel a little bit funny in their heart and want everybody to praise them at everything they do. There we go. Murphy is quality, to be fair. Nice goal from him in the Cardiff game. Double substitution. Mariappa and Nudge on for Moore and Taylor. Right, Doncaster have scored. They were 3-0 down, weren't they? It's going to be an own goal in the end. Oh, unlucky. One of those hits the post, hits the keeper on the back, and in it goes. If we're talking about Holden being under pressure, is O'Neill coming under pressure? Is Stoke have the same amount of... Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think the thing that works in O'Neill's favour is obviously he took them over when they were low down the league and pushed them into better form. But it's a parachute team, isn't it? It's a year 3 parachute team, Stoke. And, you know, you can have all the Bet365 money in the world, but if you've got FFP, etc., you can't spend it. So Stoke join the rest of the crowd next season. And, of course, another 3 teams come down with the parachute payment, although we could have the very interesting subject next season, because we could have 2 teams come down that have only just gone up, as in Fulham and West Brom, which shortens the parachute payments because that you only get 2 years worth. So that could play well for the rest of the league if you get 2 of them. But still, that advantage in that first season. Woof! Coventry have just hit the bar, and Sunderland have gone 4-1 up. McGeady. There is no room for bias. I don't. Not here, maybe. Not here. It's just difficult. All I want to do is have a sensible chat And sometimes people don't realise it. They're not capable of having a sensible chat because they love their team so much that they just want to hear nice things about them all the time. So there we go. How come you see the goals before me? Pig in high five. That's only my TV feed, Iain. There's the McGeady goal. Oh, looks like there's a shout that was an own goal as well. It says McGeady there. Look like Wyke to me. He might have 4 in this game. Deary me. I know, Kyle. I know. I think that's why it irritated me so much. Because basically, I'll stop going on about this in a second. When you accuse someone of bias, you're essentially accusing them of having no emotional maturity. Do you know what I mean? That inbuilt emotion overrides your reason. You're basically calling them thick. So that really annoys me because it's like, you calling me thick? Don't do that. Charlton have equalised against Gillingham in League One. I'm sure Steve Evans will be terribly happy about that. Crossed in from the right-hand side. Jaden Stockley, who's one we should keep an eye on loan from Preston. Iain, I learned Jay Coyle's trick. Jay, our fan sponsor. Get the Bet365 app. There is no one faster to give you the goals. That is the secret given away. And get notifications. Be nice to Luton. I'm always nice to Luton because I want them in the Championship because it's my closest ground to get to when the world opens up. Again, not many goals in the second half. Chris says that Wall have gone to a back 4. Evans into midfield. Williams off. He got the hook after that mistake. JDB, that's Bodvarsson, isn't it? Wallace and Bennett on. The only thick thing here is Ben's hair. There we go. Everybody has bias. It's a question of separating it from decision. Absolutely, yeah. Never let your emotion override your reason. A lot of Watford fans are biased against our own team. Most of the Watford fans have been lovely, actually. We've only been dealing with them. Oh, Sunderland, Doncaster have been a missed penalty in that game. It's 4-1. Charlie Wyke has scored 4 goals. It wasn't McGeady at all, contrary to what the Sky Sports tickers say. And Donny have missed a penalty. They were challenging for the top 2, weren't they, Doncaster? I should know more about this being an Ipswich fan, but I don't look that high up in the table because we're like, I think we've gone down to 12th. Pathetic. Deary me. Yeah, Doncaster currently in 5th. A win, look, would put them 2nd. Wasn't there Hull playing a big game against somebody? Look at Ipswich down in 12th. Dreadful. Ho-hum. We are lovely but very critical. A bit like Millwall fans then, yeah? Stop being biased against biased people. They're the worst, I'll admit that. Mick's got us up to 7th. How mad. Go on, Mick. There we go. Ouch. Look away, Bristol City fans. Look away now. You can hold up my hand. It's 5-0. Ouch. Watford 5, Bristol City 0. There's still 35 minutes to go. Big statement from Watford to the league. Big statement from Xisco Munoz to Troy Deeney and Andre Gray. Big statement from João Pedro, Sarr and Sema to Troy Deeney and Andre Gray as well. It's 5-0 to Watford, who are hammering Bristol City today. Ismaila Sarr has scored again. Watch his value soar. He's on a hat-trick now as well. So is Kiefer Moore. Watford 5, Bristol City 0. Absolute demolition. I'm not annoyed anymore. Watford are just too good. Well, not a good day for you, Matty, and the Bristol City fans. Let's have a look at this goal. Hughes plays it in. Masengo kind of won it. Oh, sorry. It's a good finish. He just strokes it into the corner. He doesn't really curl it, but he hits it early. He hits it on the run. We know Sarah's a class act, don't we? And capable of playing much higher than the second tier of English football. It just looked like Masengo had won the ball in the build-up to it, hadn't it? Deary me. Seems like bullying now. It normally stops around 5 or 6 goals. Do you remember when Bolton had no players and had to play loads of kids? Everyone would stop at 5-0, wouldn't they? And not score any more goals. So I think there is a bullying code, isn't there, in terms of that. But we'll see if Watford, who are doing their goal difference, no harm at all. Chester gets another effort on goal, says the Stoke Twitter. Krill holds. Norwich heading back to the top. They're 2-0 up against Stoke. Let's have a look at the live league table. Nothing much has changed in terms of the Championship. That would obviously be the League One table, which is no help whatsoever when I'm talking about the Championship. Is it? But there you go. There's the Championship table. That looks a bit neater, doesn't it? Can you see all the teams there? There we go. So Norwich going on to 58 at the top. 58 from 29 is 2 points per game. The gold standard for Norwich. Oh, just as I say that, is it going to get disallowed? I'll hold on one sec. Stoke have just scored on 61 against Norwich. Norwich seem to have won every game 2-1. Or they did for a while, didn't they? But Stoke have scored now. I'm going to read that out because I like that. This is Krull for Bristol City. Nick Powell. So this will no doubt be a header where he arrives late into the box and sticks it home because he always scores the same goal, Powell. Let's find out. Who's got that in the corner? Janulis. Oh, terrible pass. Straight to Powell. Oh, what a mistake by the new Norwich left-back there. He's in the left-back position. He tries to play into centre-half, plays it straight to Nick Powell. Touch, fires it home. Kyle, thank you, sir. I'll drink to that. Fellow Ipswich fan there. £2 super chat. Very kind, my friend. We're learning from our Man City games. Oh, God, that... Wasn't it in the cup final, Ewan? Oh, my God, that was uncomfortable watching. Yikes, says James. What happened? Was it out of nowhere? Was it just a mistake out of nowhere? It looked like it, but there we go. Watford, stop it. Stop now. You don't need any more goals. Lockyer says Burnley look like winning this 4-0. They need better finish. Their finishing's good at the best of times, Burnley. I mean, I say that. I'm probably wrong, aren't they? They don't create many chances, but they do create big chances when they do create them, don't they? From set plays and quick turnovers and things of that nature. A lapse of concentration. Well, on small things, do games change? Right. We were having a quick look at the Championship Live League table, weren't we? But I need to update the banner, don't I? So... what's just happened? Norwich 2, Stoke 1, and Watford 5. God. We don't normally get that far up the keyboard, do we? Watford 5, Bristol City 0. So, there is the league table. Norwich, I was just going to say, gold standard 2 points per game. However, Stoke then scored, as I was saying that. But still, very good. 2 points per game, nearly at the 30-game mark. And you've got to start looking at it with Norwich and Brentford. They would have to be dismal for the rest of the season to not make the playoffs. Now, if you think of, I don't know, 75, 76, 77 points, Norwich are only 19 points off that, and they've got 17 games to go. So you'd be looking at a run of like 1 win in 10 games or something for Norwich or Brentford as it stands to fall off that particular cliff. Brentford and Swansea aren't playing. We look very much forward to the watch along tomorrow where we're going to see Brentford and Barnsley. That should be really good because Barnsley don't care, do they? They'll just go and press Brentford. We should get goals in that one. And there we go. Norwich 3, Stoke 1. 2 quick goals in that game. Norwich being pegged back 1 minute, and 3 minutes later, they have gone back into a 2-goal lead. Norwich 3, Stoke City 1. Can't remember that many times when Norwich actually got 3 goals this season. And guess who scored? The most important player in any team, in any division has ever existed, I think. Emi Buendia has scored for Norwich. Switch of play, Cantwell, Giannoulis, who just made the big error. Oh, that's good for him. Oh, what a great finish by Buendia. Outstanding on his left foot, and good for Giannoulis, the Norwich left back, who just made the error. Buendia gives him the funniest look. He's just giving him a lovely assist, and Buendia's like, I haven't forgotten the mess up you made for the goal just beforehand. But yeah, really straightforward this. Norwich without Buendia, terrible. With him, they're brilliant. It's that simple, isn't it? And Buendia puts Norwich 3-1 up. It's a brilliant finish by Buendia with the left foot. First time, not even on his stronger foot. What a surprise. Buendia has scored. Giannoulis made up for his error. Did you see the look Buendia gave him, James? It was very, very funny. Very funny indeed. Bristol City to win 6-5. Wow, go and get a bet on that. Have I done the ticker? Have I done it? Is it updated? I don't know. Looks like Gray's coming on for Watford, so that's all the goals done. Sensational. Let me just check the ticker. Someone's questioning. No, Cardiff went 3 up, didn't they? Can change that. All the rest of them right. 2-1 Derby, 2-1 Huddersfield, 3-1 Norwich, Reading 1-0. We are all up to date, I think, on the ticker. Double substitution for Middlesbrough, who are chasing the game at Borough. Akpom and Akpom on for Assombalonga. Grant Hall returns for George Saville. Double substitution there from Neil Warnock, who is a man who always has something up his sleeve, doesn't he? I'm going to have a burrito straight after this. Any advice on what flavour burrito I should get? There's a van out there. That's how exciting life is at the moment. You have to hear about the burrito van in advance. And we were like, oh, we're going to go to the burrito van. It's going to be the most exciting thing we've done in 7 months. Goodness me. Really is looking more possible at Coventry, Rotherham and Wickham. Oh, ouch. Go straight back down. Yeah. Plausible. Coventry have been good, haven't they? But you just worry about that rising tide for them. At least Warnock knows what subs are. Oh, there's a van, Ryan. In fact, Shaylee tweeted it, WhatsApped it to me. Let me show you, which is what I'm very excited about. Look, Mama's Mexican. So I can have a beef burrito, a pulled pork, chicken fajita, chicken quesadilla, mushroom fajita, cheesy nachos, or chili nachos. I'm literally overcome with excitement about this. Still got some beer left over as well. What a night it's going to be. Has Jeff got scored yet? He has not. It can't be a super stream, can it? I've got no idea about the burrito van. I've never been. Penalty to Wickham. Woof. Wickham were 2-0 down at Huddersfield and they have a penalty. Goodness me. We wait with bated breath. And it'll be Joe Jacobson as well, who I'm going to tempt fate here, who always scores penalties, doesn't he? Penalty to Wickham. Are we going to... I think we might actually see it in real time. Pezu goes down the left. Powerful old runner he is. Into the box. Yeah, it's a definite pen. I think it's Hogg who gets all in. Hogg and Keogh. Those two should know better. Here comes Jacobson with the left foot. Very good set play guy, Jacobson. And he scores. Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 2. Wow. We haven't had a wow today, have we? Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 2. Joe Jacobson from the spot. That's not good news for Huddersfield at all, really. I had today pegged for them as, nice home win, get back to form, work on that home record again. Jacobson has made it 2-2, and they will not want a draw in this one, Huddersfield. McLean drives that across the box for Stoke. Looks like it's been quite a good open game of that one. Let's go back to the comments. Wow, indeed. So what does that do in terms of Huddersfield? Because there's been a rising tide around them, hasn't it? So Huddersfield now drawing 34 points. And if you look queued up behind them, Forest 33, Rangers 33 with 2 games in hand, Derby leading 31 with a game in hand, Coventry 31, and Coventry are losing today. They're 3-0 down, aren't they? Rotherham 29 with 2 games in28 with a game in hand, and Birmingham 28 points and played the same amount of games. Ouch. Are Huddersfield crumbling? I hope not, but the tide is rising around them for sure. Karanka, he's bought Cosgrove and Jutkovic on with over 20 minutes to play. Wow, okay. Explain it to you. I think it's called a Hail Mary, isn't it? Just throw something at the wall and hope it works. Fletcher off, Vokes on for Stoke as they chase a 3-1 deficit at the, we can't call them leaders yet, Norwich, but they are the leaders-elect. They're going back to the top, it looks. We're coming up about 20 minutes to go in all of these ones. 3 p.m.s, ones, all of these ones, pathetic, dear me. It's been a very eventful super stream, hasn't it? Plenty of goals. Let's do a quick reset. Have a look along the bottom and you'll see all of our games. Palace 0, Burnley 3, the only Premier League 3 p.m. kickoff. Lowton, Goodmanson, Rodriguez scoring in that one. Last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. Was there another chance for Wycombe here? McClary on the right stands up his man. Crosses in left-footed. Big chance for Horgan. Heads it pretty much straight at Schofield. And tipped over the top. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang makes his return from 3 months off. And his debut for Borough. He is on for Borough. Forest 0, Bournemouth 0 in the 12:30. Birmingham 0, Luton 1. Birmingham second only to Wycombe in home ineptitude in the league. I think I'm right in saying that. Could be wrong, actually. They haven't got the worst home record ever. It was Derby. Anyway, Birmingham got really bad home record. That much is true. That much is true. Cardiff 3, Coventry 0. Moore, Murphy. Derby 2, Borough 1. Borough chasing. Warnock seems to be throwing the kitchen sink. That one, Gregory and Kazim Richards. Great goal by Kazim Richards. Nearly took the roof of the net off. And who scored for Borough? Did I even write it down? Naskins Cabano. So many goals today. We got another goal at Norwich. Cantwell's in. Oh, my God. Pookie has an open goal and it hits him on the heel. In 18-19, that would have hit him on the heel and gone in, wouldn't it? But there we go. Not quite the same run this season for Pookie. Still in the goals, though. He's got 11 or 12, hasn't he? Which is very decent. Could still get 20 by the end of the season. It's Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 2. Wycombe have come from 2-0 down in that one. Bakuna and Benza, and then a goal right at the end of stoppage time in the first half. 45 plus 3 it was timed at for Mehmeti. And then Jacobson with the penalty after Ikpeazu. Ikpeazu's done well for Wickham, actually, since he's come into the team just sort of like December time, wasn't it? I think he's definitely improved their front line, even though the wins haven't necessarily come. I think, of course, havoc in League One if he does indeed go down with them. Norwich 3, Stoke 1, Cantwell in the first half. Then at the end of the first half, Pookie. Stoke got one back. Powell from Janulis's mistake. But Buendia with a lovely goal. The third one there with the left foot from Janulis's assist. Reading 1, Millwall 0. Semedo with a weird long ranger, but you'll take it. Watford 5, Bristol City 0. Moore own goal. Sarr with 2. Hughes and Sema. Is that all 5? No Deeney, no Gray starting. Watford hit 5. Draw your own conclusions. Oh, right. What else have we got in the comments? Top 2 pulling away now. Yeah, those games in hand might make it artificially that way, and sometimes perception is reality, isn't it? And that actually plays into the chasers' heads. Heading out for some beers, Nat. Get it done, my friend. Get it done. Rooney, a couple of subs, maybe Josviak and Waghorn off. Robertson, Sibley on. Is that the right strategy, MJ? I assume Warnock will just... Warnock's a gambler, isn't he? He'd rather lose 3-1. So, yeah, may need a shake-up. But I think Mr. Rooney's been around enough football matches to have a fair idea of how it will shake out. Doesn't mean he'll make the right call. Fingers crossed for you, Derby fans. Be an important win, wouldn't it? Mendes Lang to score a goal. Nailed on. We'll see. Yeah, we saw that, James. I was joking. It would have hit the back of his heel, hit his backside and gone in 18-19, wouldn't it? Everything went in for Pookie. Brilliant, obviously, but just hasn't been that season, has it? We're coming up sort of towards the 80th minute. We're not in Muller time yet, are we? So many goals today in the Championship on the Super Stream. Let me just do a couple of plugs. Look down the bottom there. We've had a few Super Chats today. Thank you so much. I sit here for 3 hours, hopefully providing some entertainment. So if you do want to support, however little, however much you want, it all really, really helps. I promise you, us YouTubers, we have a Google AdSense account. The ad revenue goes in the Super Chats. Hopefully, in the end, it'll be the ad revenue and you won't need to Super Chat and I won't have to rely on that. But it's a real help at the moment, especially when did the last government grant come? Self-employed grant? I think it's like December or something. So not a lot of money going in my bank account. As long as I can afford a burrito, then I'm all right. Patreon, exactly the same story there. And we're building that up nicely. And, of course, if you're in the chat right now, please hit the thumbs up button. On Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. But even if you don't want to do that, comment, get your opinion in on whichever game you're watching, on anything anyone else is saying in the chat. We want to make this a nice open place to discuss football and your team or any other team, frankly. Big thank you as well to David, who's going to be very happy today because he's a Watford fan. And Norwich have a penalty in the 79th minute. They're going to go 4-1 up by the sounds of it. But thank you to David. He's our fan sponsor for the Super Streams. Fan of the channel, happy to support great content. Thank you, David. Right. Can Sky get to Carrow Road in time for us to see this penalty? We're listening to Matt Murray talk about Hull 0, MK Dons 0. We don't need to listen to Matt Murray because Liam always watches MK in the chat. Right, here comes Teemu Pukki from the spot to put Norwich 4-1 up. They're going top of the league. Can they hammer Stoke? And then we start to look at Stoke as a story. Pookie scores second of the game. Norwich 4, Stoke 1. 80th minute goal for Teemu Pukki. And Norwich are very much comfortably heading back to the top of the league. They're not going to score again, are they? Or are we just seeing the penalty? Buendia winning that one. Aarons plays it across. Silly. I think it's Joe Allen slides in on Buendia, who's obviously just got his body in the way. He's going to control the ball, takes the hit. Down he goes. I don't think anyone will have any complaints about that particular decision in today's climate. Always going to be a penalty. Ooh, and at the top of the league, Reading 1, Millwall 1. Reading are pegged back by Millwall. This could be a good day for Watford, couldn't it? I think that's their nearest opponents there. It's Reading 1, Millwall 1. I think 76 is the time of the goal there. I'm going to go straight to the live league table because that does mean that Watford are going to be overtaking Reading. Watford moving on to 51. They're 5-0 up, 51 from 48. Reading going from 48 to 49 at the moment. Matt Smith is the goal scorer for Millwall, equalising there on 76. We suspect, being it's Smith, it'll be a headed goal. We'll find out right now. Powerful running in the centre there. It's driven in from the left-hand side, I'm guessing from Malone. Was that Bradshaw turns and shoots? And it kind of drifts through to Smith, who does not score with a header. Sticks it in with his left foot, I think, if I watched that correctly. And Millwall are level. And Millwall on a bit of an undefeated streak, I think it'll be 6 games. I think it'll be 9 points from 6 games for the Lions. And they've had a couple of difficult opponents, actually, in that time as well. So Millwall looking decent for the past 6 games. Oh, dear. Is that famous last words, Richard? If the Royals hold on, it'll be a massive win. Oof. It's been a hard watch, has it, Liam? Liam, always watching MK every week. Brilliant stuff. Fresh legs on needed for Derby. Well, they're still leading, MJ. Keep us posted on that. If you're going to get battered, better it be in mid-season. Well, yeah, if you're going to. Skip and Cantwell off for Norwich. Sorensen and Hernandez on. Can we play Stoke every week? I'm sure you get fed up of watching it soon from some of the Stoke games I've seen this season. Coventry's next 3. Yeah, we know about that, don't we? Norwich, Brentford and Swansea. MK Dons have taken the lead. We were just talking about them. Just to emphasise how poor the playoff chasing teams have been. Cardiff's points per game would get them 63 at the end of the season. Yeah, it's way too far back, isn't it? We know it's been rubbish, hasn't it? In that someone, Chris, someone will go on a run. They always do. The points have to go somewhere, don't they? So we're just seeing this MK Dons penalty here. Which one of them handballed it? Possibly. We're not going to get to see a replay there. Scott Fraser, 5-step run up. Oh, nice little feint. Sticks it in left-footed. Ovie Ejaria has hit the bar for Reading. Millwall have just equalised in that game, but Reading coming close to retaking the lead. Let me just update that banner to say that Norwich are 4-1 up. Coventry have a goal back at Cardiff. Mere consolation, one would assume, or the start of a miraculous comeback. Ejaria on the right foot just takes a deflection. Jake Cooper fist pumps. I'm assuming he blocked that. The camera went on Josh Laurent afterwards, but I'm pretty sure it was Ejaria with the right foot that hit the shot. Reading hit the crossbar. Dom Hyam has scored for Coventry on 81 to bring that back to 3-1. McCarthy will be unhappy about the lack of clean sheet for Cardiff. Set play goal pinged in, I think, by O'Hare, possibly. It's an absolute mess. The first challenge, kind of 50-50. The ball drops down and Hyam sort of half volleys it in with the right foot. Cardiff 3, Coventry 1. Doesn't change things much, but if they get another one, things start to get interesting. Woof. A very long delay in Burnley Palace. Yes, I can see that on the iPad. Someone's gone on a stretch there. I hope whoever that is okay. Nah, that's tremendous S-housery. He sent his missus out for the beers. Unbelievable work from that there. I need to make him king of the bin for that, but no, Liam has got that, hasn't he? Yellow card for Casey Palmer in the Watford Bristol City game. No goals in that one for a while. Michael, thank you so much, sir. £5 on a super chat. Thank you very, very kindly. Ryan, I've done all the research on this. Check out my playoffs video. I'll give you the exact number that it takes to get in the playoffs. We know that the lowest ever winner in the playoffs was 70. It was Blackpool in 2011-12. Generally, you'd think somewhere around 73, you'd be very likely. 75, yeah, probably. I think the average is 74 or something. But check out that video. Have the exact number on average for the last million years if I've done it. Ben Mee knocked out. Oh dear. And we've got a concussion subs a thing now. I know Mee's been stretched off, so it's a moot point here. But I think they voted in concussion subs. So hopefully Ben Mee is okay. Obviously, if he's going off in a stretcher, he's in no fit state, even with a concussion sub to continue. But there's probably going to be a hell of a lot of stoppage time in that game. No goals in the Championship in the last few minutes. Dom Hyam with the last one. Hopefully not whip. Oh, ouch, yeah. Neck injuries, head injuries. Not good. Do I play Football Manager? I do not. I used to when I was younger. I have, I think, sensibly stepped back from that because just hours of my life disappearing. Nearly 1-1 in the MK Hull game, says Liam. Yeah, hopefully Ben Mee is okay. Looks like Burnley are coasting in that game. Anyway, there's our scores down the bottom. Palace 0, Burnley 3. Last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. 12:30, Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. It's Birmingham 0, Luton 1. Cardiff 3, Coventry 1. Derby 2, Borough 1. Huddersfield 2, Wickham 2. Norwich 4, Stoke 1. Reading 1, Millwall 1. 2 games postponed. Watford 5. Bristol City 0. So there are a few games where a late goal would actually change the outcome. Oh my goodness me. Reading 1, Millwall 2. That I did not see coming. Wow. Millwall have scored in the 76th and now in the 85th minute. That'll be a really big win and a very demoralising defeat. Remember, Reading were sort of just ground down by Brentford's incessant machine in the week. They would have wanted to bounce back. Goodness me. Reading 1, Millwall 2. Mason Bennett is the goal scorer. Let's see this one now. Bianca Westwood is on my screen. So the goal is imminent, and this could be a really good win for Millwall. Crossed in from the left. Bennett up on the nip. That's a great header. Big leap by Bennett and boosh, heads it over. He looks pretty surprised to have scored with his head, I think. Terrific. Go away, Siri. Get lost. Terrific goal by Mason Bennett there with the head. And, well, we'll have a look at the position in the playoffs and for Millwall as well, who are possibly going to be moving up the table. Let's have a look what that does. So look, that will now, for those of you who think this is a lock already, look at these gaps. So 4-point gap from second to third at the end of today could be a 5-point gap if Brentford only have to draw tomorrow. Then 53-51, 3-point gap down to Reading if they do lose, and then Bournemouth, and then a 6-point gap down to Cardiff. So, and I mean, look there from 7th down all the way down to Huddersfield in 16th. Nobody has won 3 out of the last 5 games. So just nobody is in form. No, it's further than Huddersfield. You have to go all the way down to QPR, who've won 4 in 5. But yeah, just horrible form for the entire middle 2 quartiles of the division. But big goal for Millwall. Sorry, I didn't mention they're going to go up to 13th, and that's now really good form if they can get the win and see this one out for the last 5 minutes. It will be 9 points in 5. There you go, 12 points in 6, 2 points per game for Millwall across a 6-game sample size. Impressive stuff by the Lions and Gary Rowett. Woof! Well done, Millwall. Millwall heard you slate the middle teams. Thought they'd do something about it. That's tremendous. Can see Wickham scoring again to beat Huddersfield, says Ryan. Are you watching? Millwall did the same to us, smashed in the second half last weekend. Interesting. Rising Tide continues. Get lost, Siri. Oh, no, I've said their name again. Don't do anything. The other thing is, Owen, I've got the female Google version right there as well, so I cannot say either of those names. Reading determined not to draw at home. Donny missed another penalty. What are they doing? Deary me. Wells on for Jeju in the Bristol City game. Looks a bad injury in the Norwich game for a Stoke player. That is not good news at all. Collins been stretchered off for Stoke. Not good news. What app do I use to do what? Stretcher away. Good news. Here's a chance for Wickham. Someone was mentioning that. Ooh, I'm making Jamie Carragher noises there. Free kick goes in, headed across the box. Someone just waft a foot out, stick it in the net. Oh dear. Watford 6, Bristol City 0. 6. By God. 86th minute. No, sorry, got that wrong. It's not that bad. 90th minute. Watford are 6-0 up against Bristol City. And it looks like Zinkernagel is the goal scorer. That will be his first goal for Watford. Everybody's filling their boots today. Watford have scored 6 without Deeney or Gray being on the score sheet. And for the most part, without either of them even being on the pitch. We're seeing a chance for Borough here against Derby. Free kick. I think McNair puts it in, headed out. We're not seeing a chance. It's live footage, literally. Looks like they're putting the pressure on, and a long throw is going to go into the box. Wickham have taken the lead. Wow. It's going to be a first win in forever for Wickham, and Huddersfield are really on the slide. Huddersfield were 2-0 up in this one, and Wickham are now 3-2 up. Whoever predicted that in the chat, well done. Here comes the Watford goal. Breakaway down the left, switch to Sarr, and that's very unselfish from Sarr because he's on a hat-trick He's in behind. He could go for any type of finish there. Slide through the legs, dink across the keeper. He squares it for a Zinker Nagel. And wow. But big goal, much bigger than someone going 6-0 up, is Wycombe have come from 2-0 down and they are 3-2 up. What a comeback from Wycombe. I don't think they've won they've won 1 in 16 or something ludicrous like that. Long one forward. It's breaks for Josh Knight, chests it down and sticks it in left foot. I can't help but smile because the Wycombe players look overjoyed. Gareth Ainsworth keeps his cool on the sideline. He knows they're still well adrift. Could have bigger implications for Huddersfield than for Wycombe with that rising tide. But that's a gnarly defeat for Huddersfield to be 2-0 up against bottom of the league and adrift Wycombe and to be now losing 3-2. That is not going to do for your confidence. Big win. Birmingham 0, Luton 1 is all over. That's a poor result for Birmingham, whose fans are going to be even more grumpy with Aitor Karanka. Oof. Goodness me. Huddersfield are in trouble, says easy Sunderland win. Yes. Whoever said Wycombe are going to score again? Congratulations. That was a good call. Birmingham and Huddersfield in big trouble. Agreed. Russ, first time we scored. First time 4 goals for Norwich in a game in a good couple of years there. April 2019. Unbelievable, Jeff. Comeback of the season. My goodness me. Wow. Just have a look at the live league table. Obviously, we'll get onto this properly. Huddersfield are going to drop to 18th. Not in a good position there at all. And it's a really poor run. And we'd said for ages, Huddersfield, propped up by their good home form, their home form's taken an absolute batter in the last few games. Cardiff 3, Coventry 1 is a full time. I said to you yesterday on the prediction show, didn't I? There is a scenario that has Mick McCarthy in 7th position. We've said how bad the entire middle of the table has been, and Cardiff have just, like a knife through butter, just flown through the middle of all of them. Watford 6, Bristol City 0 is a full time. Could be a really good day for Watford, given the Reading scoreline as well. Swansea and Brentford not playing today. And let me just move that down. When else someone will accuse me of bias, what with the world being in a ridiculous state it is. Look at Huddersfield now dropping down to 18th. Let's wait for a few more final scores. Palace 0, Burnley 3 is a full-time score. Gray actually looked dangerous, breaking with pacey players around him. Deeney knock-on could be a thing of the past. Interesting. Our biggest win since we beat Blackpool 7-2. You love to see it. Wasn't Blackburn were absolutely terrible then, weren't they? Blackpool. 8th to 23rd, separated by 12 points. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Matty, Bristol City fan there, says, thank God it's over. Thank God it's Christmas. Don't know why it makes me think of that. Very bad Queen song. There we go. Right. How many minutes have we got left in a couple of these games? They are still live, a few of them. Let me refresh and bring up. There we go. Birmingham is over. Cardiff is over. Sheffield Wednesday obviously postponed. Watford, Norwich all over as well. So Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 3 is still live. We're in stoppage time in that one. And Derby Borough, and the outcomes could change in those ones. Reading, well, I say Reading 1, Millwall 2 is alive. No, it's not. Millwall have won 2-1 at Reading, full time. Brilliant result for the Lions. 12 points in 6 games for Gary Rowett. Goodness me. Let me hit refresh on that. And you will start to see. Well, actually, let's just go to the live league table. Teams in red still playing. Borough are 2-1 down at Derby. Huddersfield are 3-2 down. The Huddersfield Twitter says huge appeals for a town penalty. Referee says no. No good. No good at all. Goodness me. Whew. 2 games to go. Who'd have thought with 6 games to go, we'd be saying the gap between Norwich and Bournemouth would be the same as 7th to 23rd. Well, there you go. The Championship, ladies and gentlemen. 92-15 gone. Derby 2, Borough 1. I don't know how many minutes they've got to play stoppage time in this game. Just the 2 games remaining. There are your scorelines down the bottom. James, thank you. Super chat, £1 for every goal in the Norwich game. Right, I want some Watford super chats then as well. 6 goals in that one. 5. Norwich beating Stoke 4-1. So 5 goals in that one. Derby are 5-4-1 now. I suspect they are. Russ says, we've won a game, scored 4 goals and results been favourable today. I think consider it's a decent day. Absolutely. Buendia plays, Norwich win. Buendia doesn't play, Norwich don't win. Buendia's back, Norwich win. Away they go again. Burrito for me tonight, Nat. You get involved in the takeaway, though. Ryan sent me a Bournemouth super chat. Thank you very much, Ryan. We are still alive in 2 of these games. 93-48, Huddersfield versus Wycombe. I don't know why Chris Kamara is looking down the camera. Watch the game, Chris, for goodness sakes. Deary me. Fish and chips. Enjoy, Russ. Is it Pep versus Jose? Always fun. Is he going to manage to get Pepe in midfield to go and maim everybody who he goes near? Check out my humorous song, Am I Still Special, about Jose Mourinho. 2 more results still to come in. Have a look along the bottom. See if your team is on there. Right. Derby 2, Borough 1. Good win for Wayne Rooney and his Derby team. They have won. It's just Huddersfield and Wycombe we are waiting for now. Right, Palace 0, Burnley 3. Last night, Blackburn 1, Preston 2. Forest 0, Bournemouth 0. Birmingham 0, Luton 1. Cardiff 3, Coventry 1. Derby 2, Borough 1. The only game still going is Huddersfield 2, Wycombe 3. What a comeback by Wycombe. Norwich 4, Stoke 1. Reading 1, Millwall 2. 2 games postponed. And then Watford 6, Bristol City 1. An absolute hammering for Bristol City at the hands of Watford today. We are just waiting on the full-time whistle. And is it a big defeat for Huddersfield? Nice win for Wycombe. They're a long way back, but Huddersfield are slip-sliding down the table, aren't they? Is this the best super stream ever? Those who've watched the channel for a long time will know that I got very excited on the last day of last season when Nottingham Forest, within 30 minutes, managed to surrender a 3-point lead and a 6-goal swing. Incredible stuff, that. 95-54, still playing at Wycombe. Someone decide Kyle's dinner for him. I'd go for Chinese, personally. Sounds fun to me. And it was Chinese New Year yesterday. Why not? We're still waiting on Huddersfield versus Wycombe. All the rest of the results are in, and then we can have a proper look at the league table. Also in the Premier League earlier was Leicester 3, Liverpool 1. Liverpool just hopeless at the moment, aren't they? Having been ridiculously good. Overall, Mill deserved it despite conceding a poor goal. There you go. Full time. Wycombe have beaten Huddersfield. That's a bad defeat. A bad defeat. Bakuna walks down the table. Dwayne Holmes doesn't look very happy. The Huddersfield players look very disconsolate. Goodness me. Right. let's have a look at the table, and then I will leave you all to your evening. It's been a really good super stream today. Let's go from the top downwards. Norwich win 4-1 against Stoke to go back to the top. Brentford and Swansea, neither of them in action. Brentford tomorrow. Join us for the Brentford watch along at 1 p.m. Watford, good day for them. They move above Reading and they stick 6 goals onto their goal difference. We criticised Watford's scoring ability. That will do you. 6 goals in one game. Reading, 1 point in 3 games for the Royals now. That's not so good. They dropped down to 5th. And look how spread out those playoffs are. Look, 57, 53, 51, 48, 46. Really big spread now with the sort of top 3 just moving away in recent weeks. And maybe Reading, well, 5 points in 5 is not playoff form, is it? So they're going to need to get some 3-pointers pretty soon to get that looking good again. Cardiff have one giant leap for Mick, gone up to 7th. Bournemouth drew, by the way. They are still in 6th. 6 points gap, though, between Cardiff and Bournemouth. Still a long, long way back. But given how rubbish everybody's been from basically, well, let's tell it as it. Let's include Watford and Reading in this. Nobody except Cardiff in between 4th place and 16th place has won more than 2 games in the last 5. So that means the most points you can have in 5 is 9. So no one hitting 2 points per game, and most people well below that. Borough lose again. They're on a horrible run, aren't they? 1 point in 5 for Warnock. Blackburn, back-to-back defeats last night. Stoke, 1 win in 14, 15 now, is it, in all competitions? Rubbish. Preston, good win for them last night. Well played. Bristol City, 4 straight defeats. 6-0 today. Ouch. Millwall, good form. 12 points in 6 for the Lions. They're trending upwards. Someone has to. Luton, good win for them today at Birmingham. 37 points for Luton. And let's play big picture with some of these teams. Luton, essentially, if they want to get to a kind of guaranteed safety of 50 points, for example, 13 points is all that's needed in the last 18 games for Luton. That looks decent for them. Barnsley play tomorrow. Forest, tight as ever. They played Bournemouth for a top 16. They'll take the draw, won't they? QPR postponed. Huddersfield, bad run, down to 18th now, having been in the top half for a fair while. Derby, look at that, 4 wins in 5 for Derby. Really nice form from them. They move on to 31 points. Coventry and Rotherham on the edges of it now. Coventry losing today at Cardiff. Rotherham didn't play. Sheffield Wednesday didn't play. Birmingham did play. They lose at home again. Wickham, mega miraculous super comeback there against Huddersfield. They move on to 19 points. Morale boosting, but they are 10 points away from safety. There you go, guys. All rounded up for you, I hope. Thank you, everybody, for watching. That was the Saturday Super Stream. We're going to be back tomorrow for a watch-along. We're not doing the review tomorrow morning. The review will come on Monday at 1 p.m. So Championship Review Monday, 1 p.m. But we will do the watch-along. That's a 1 o'clock start as well tomorrow, Brentford versus Barnsley. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you so much for these super chats. I am off to purchase and eat a burrito, which I'm incredibly excited about. If you, there you go. If you're going to watch Man City and Spurs, enjoy that one. I think we know the pattern that game will take, or that Jose Mourinho hopes that game will take. And all that remains for me to do is say thank you very much and a big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.